Most critical of your own.
Yeah, you're the most critical of your own.
Your worst critic.
Yeah,
you're your worst critic.
I am my own worst critic. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Can I get... I'm going to have to soak this thing in friggin' motor oil. Am I too loud for you?
Actually, just a skosh.
Okay.
But you know what? I could almost live with it.
I'll talk louder then. And I'll turn this down. I'll turn this down and you could talk. I'll talk louder. Okay. Here we go.
Right. How do I sound? Like shit.
Like an angel. All right, here we go.
Live.
From the Queen City studio.
With the Deacon live.
Right now. Ready? Yes.
Welcome back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right-hand side is Teacher Man.
Deacon, here we go, here we go.
And on today's show, can I bring my emotional sugar glider on the plane with me? Is there a different kind of sex that's out there? New kitchen tools that you can't live without. I never knew that drag queens could read, or the Deacon could read. And that bitch ain't coming to my wedding. We are live in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. And don't forget to go to our the Prophet Radio website and go down to the... Oh, I knocked that right off the thing. Go to the Be Heard section, and you can be just like this guy who dropped us a line. Let's see if he pops up. You ready for this?
Let's have it.
Prophet Radio.
Did you get that? Let's see.
That sounds like my brother.
I want to see if we'll play it again. Hold on.
Prophet Radio.
Now, I guess he's doing a character or something. So he's that's one of our callers or one of our listeners and stuff that goes to the Be Heard section, that big blue bar at the bottom. And that's all you gotta do is just drop us a line. It comes right here to the radio station. We play it on the air.
You want to be heard? You'll be heard.
You'll be heard. Here's another one that someone put on.
Hey, friends and fam. I hope you're all having a good day today. Yeah, I got the kids coming back here soon from school.
I guess he's giving us an update on his on his day. Everything's going well. The kids are in school, I swear. So, Teacher Man, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah. Anything going on? Anything new? Give us. Well, hold on. Before I'm gonna talk about new stuff here. We are in a new country, another new country. We are spreading and melding and bringing this whole entire world, this planet, this blue ball that we call Earth together. We are in a new country, and by landslide numbers, believe it or not, the newest country that we've popped up in is Sweden.
One of my favorites.
Why is it one of your favorites?
I don't know, because there are so many blondes there. Well, I've always had a thing for Sweden, and in Norse history, it was very interesting.
Yeah,
to say the least.
So, and they always have they always talk about the Swedish bikini models. Wasn't there like a professional swimsuit bikini model team or something?
I think they have a beauty contest every other weekend.
Yeah. So we popped up in Sweden, and here in the United States, I'm going to give you the top 5 and the bottom 3 of where we're being downloaded at. You ready for this?
Top 5.
All right, top 5. We're going to start with number 5. Number 5 is Georgia.
Oh, Georgia's back on top, huh?
Well, it's number 5.
That's number 5.
Number 5.
Okay, all right.
Number 4 is California.
All right.
Number 3 is Maryland. And I counted 2 down. I'm sorry. These are the top 4. Sorry, obviously Deacon can't do numbers either. So number 1 right now is still New Jersey. New Jersey by a landslide.
Yay for Jersey.
Now, we want to bring up the back 3, and the back 3 is going to be Illinois, Oregon, and Michigan. So we'd like to thank all of our listeners out there, all the different countries that we're available at, and don't forget you email deacon@prophetradio.com. Tell me where you live and put your email address, or not your email, your physical address in there, and we'll send you a 1K run sticker, which is a race to 1,000 downloads per day, which we're almost there. Every day we want to make sure that we're getting at least 1,000 downloads, and we'll give you a sticker and stuff, and you can brag to your friends, hey, you did a 1K run, and you kind of go look at them with a snide mark in your mouth, on your in your mouth and on your mouth as you're holding the beer and say, "Yeah, I sure did. I did a 1K run." And then you can mumble under your breath, 2,000 downloads, dummy.
I'm glad I can't do a 1K run.
So, Teacher Man, running, you're going to be on time for the airport. You're flying out here in the next couple days.
Yes, I am. I'm flying out this upcoming weekend. I'm going to New York. Going to go see Mama and my brother. And I'm going to stay there for about 3 weeks. And hopefully I'll get to see some other people while I'm there. I know I will. But, maybe some new and different people this time. Who knows?
Right. So what about, let's see, hold on, I gotta fix this. How's that? Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
Okay, how about this with you?
I'm good. I'm loud.
Yeah. All right. What's the latest on your truck? What's the latest on the whole, you were gonna buy a Cadillac, and we're gonna start our own used car lot. What's happening there?
Well, we started off with the Cadillac, then I was offered, the guy had a truck also, and I was offered that. And, I should listen to my daughter because she's right every time.
Why? What'd she say?
She said, Dad, you don't need to worry about, you got a fantastic car right now. Everything's going fine and dandy. Don't upset the apple cart. She said, but if it really is going to make you happy, then go ahead and do it.
Okay.
And of course, the people backed out. They backed out on the truck. The kids do not want the parents to sell anything right now.
Really?
Yeah. Well, they will let them sell the Cadillac, but they added $1,000 onto it.
Now, see, that's kind of like not a shady thing, but why? That's kind of like an asshole dick move. Hey, I'll sell my truck for $2,500, and you're like, all right, so you get your money together. You work. What if you were mowing lawns to get this $2,500,
right.
And then you come back to Mr. Jenkins and you say, hey, Mr. Jenkins, guess what? I
need your $2,500 right in my hand.
And we're gonna sorry there, little Timmy, we're going to give you we're gonna charge $3,500 for it because we found out the value and blah blah blah.
Well, I think it was kind of a dicky thing to do, but on the kids' part.
Right.
But I can understand. I mean, these people are older, and I think that the kids think that they need to step in and let the parents know when it's a good idea to do things and when it's not a good idea to do things.
Okay, so
just like my daughter did.
Well, on a fair note here, screw the kids, because if they were trying to do the right thing and wrong thing, why are you bringing their parents meals?
You know what? Good question, because they got people living all over their property.
Right. So, I mean, here you are, you're doing Meals on Wheels for this elderly couple, and they're trying to be gracious to you as far as like, here, Mr. Teacher Man, here's a Cadillac. We really don't want it. Here's a truck. We really need it, but we don't need it. But they got family members that are saying, no, don't sell that, don't sell that, but continue bringing our parents meals.
Yeah. Well, and I do that. And I'm not doing it for any other reason than because I want to do it.
Right.
And and not for nothing. I mean, if my father came to me and said, I'm selling my '55 Volkswagen for $3,000, and I didn't think it was a good idea, and my father said to me, but I already told this guy that I would do it for him. I would say to my father, okay, if this guy comes through, be good to your word, sell him the car.
Right.
But if he doesn't come through, take it off the market. Don't be telling anybody else you want it, but you want to sell it.
Yeah, that's a horrible. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. So I guess you're not buying a car, you're not buying a truck or anything.
No, so the car lot's closed.
Car lot, so we can't make millions on car lots, huh?
No, we're not.
But you're flying on an airplane, and god damn it, you know what? I should have opened this like you did before the show. I got what I have here. If you're watching the video here, I'm having problems because my hands are all sweaty and stuff of opening my show beer. So I have one show beer that I go through. It's a good size, so I had a hard time opening it. So you're flying out to New York.
Right.
And so are you going to are you okay with flying?
I love to fly.
I
love to fly.
Now, you were talking about the one time you had an emotional dog or some kind of dog on your...
It was a
not an emotional dog, but it was an emotional.
The dog did get emotional, believe it or not.
Right.
But no, it was a one of those wellness dogs.
Okay.
For the for the owner.
So the airlines are starting to crack down now on emotional support animals on plane cabins, and they are just, they're getting out of control. Everyone's like, can I bring my gerbil? Can I bring my? You know what a sugar glider is?
Sugar glider.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I said at the beginning of the show. Can I bring my sugar glider with me?
Well, no. What is that? A spider monkey?
No, it's kind of, sort of. It's almost like a squirrel, but it has a more of a, not a monkey face, but almost like a lemur type face. You know what I'm saying? It's small. It's very small.
And there is a flying squirrel.
Yes, I'm aware of that.
Remember Rocky?
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yes, I'm aware of that.
Right.
But there is it's got a squirrel type body. But the legs aren't like kangaroos. You know, squirrels' legs, the hind legs are like kangaroos.
Right.
This is full on regular legs for the most part. But it's got like a lemur type face. You know, it's got little big eyes. You know, they're face forward. Yep. They're not on the side of the head. It's got a small snout rather than a whole entire, like a squirrel has a whole like jaw and beak type thing, like a beaver would have.
Right.
And they're called sugar gliders, and I mean they're small. They are small, and they'll climb up on your shoulders and stuff. But they're. It seems like on many flights that you see cats and dogs and everything riding alongside of passengers. I mean, we're getting back into you've seen movies where the flights are coming from like Central America and they're got like goats and chickens on the because they're transporting back over to whatever country
those big ass jungle parrots on their shoulders.
Yeah, but what's the American? Not American. What's the flight people called? The people regulating all the flights.
Air traffic control.
You got not air traffic control. The big government.
Oh, the FAA.
That's them. They're saying that they're cracking down, and this stupid thing in my way.
You know what? As well, they should, because people are getting ridiculous, like you said.
Right.
And all of a sudden, everybody's animal, regardless of what kind of an animal it is, it's my support animal. I have to have the animal with me, so they automatically let it on the plane. Which to me, that's bullshit.
Right, and it says
they ought to be able to prove that the animal is necessary for your your health and well-being.
There has been a rise on availability of false emotional support animals credited online, available, enabling people who truly do not need the animal to assist them to abuse the rules and stuff when they get on the plane. We forecast that based on current trend, the compound annual growth rates that it could exceed more than 150% in the next 5 years. So you're going to see more and more chickens and goats and llamas and all these other animals getting on the planes. Now I understand. Now let me say, can we be in agreement here as far as what we actually agree that an emotional animal should do? Blind?
Yes.
Okay, blind. So a blind person should have
I think anybody with a verified handicap.
Okay, verified handicap. So they would have to. When you say verified handicap, so it would have to be verified through the government, meaning you would collect some kind of disability or some kind of, I don't want to say restitution, but restitution because of your handicap.
Right.
Because you don't like to fly and you're afraid to fly and you're emotional, guess what? Go to your doctor, get some Xanax bars or get 1 or 2 Xanax bars.
Right.
Doctors will prescribe them to you just for a flight. They'll only give you 1 or 2 if you tell them what that it's for.
You're anxious for the flight.
You're anxious for the flight, but if you're like you cannot leave your house because you are disabled, you can't move, you can't maneuver, whatever the case may be, then that's when you should have a dog,
right,
or an animal, or whatever the case may be. It's not
right.
Not,
and all these wounded soldiers with these it's an emotional support with these animals.
Yes,
I think that's a wonderful thing.
Well, yeah, that's good, but someone needs to just put the foot down, because what they've done is they've opened up the gates. Okay, yes, you can bring your, because you've got I'm trying to think of a mental disease, because you got your schizophrenia. All right. First of all, you shouldn't be on the plane anyway.
Right.
You should be in the back of a van going down the road. But there's people that just take abuse of it and abuse the rules. So they're cracking down on that. So get ready to see. We heard a story or talked about a story a while back where the college girl had a gerbil or whatever, and the stewardess said, no, you can't bring that on here, and to get rid of it. And she threw it down the toilet and flushed it. Before she got on, she's like, all right, sorry, peepers, you can't go. See you later. Bye-bye. Yeah, they told her to get rid of it. Yeah.
And the next woman that went in there, thing came up and bit her ass.
Right in the ass. So you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call at any time at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. And you know what? I'm going to bring something up. What's wrong?
Nothing.
You good? Okay. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Something's up with this mic. Because when you put that thing back on, I mean, it really buzzes in my ears, especially when I'm speaking. I don't know if it's because of this.
Well, it's peaking.
And it's loud. Put it back on. Yeah, just see, regular talking, my ears are ringing.
Well, take the mic off your ears so they're not right on it. Is that better?
That's fine.
Yeah. See, that's
Okay.
what I do. I
Okay.
don't put them on all the way. I just kind of move them off my heads a little bit.
Gotcha.
Are you good?
Move your heads.
Yeah, my heads. Is that good?
Yeah, that's better.
Because I was watching your low.
Boy, that never did that before.
It's that microphone.
It's because of this too, and the microphone is more sensitive.
Sensitive. Are you good with the headphones like that now?
Yeah.
Okay, because the levels are perfect.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Let's roll.
All right.
Oh boy, is that me?
That's you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let me do this. Hold on. All right, put your headphones next to them again. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And you know what? The level's better too.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Okay. Oh. Welcome back. I want to delete that one. Yes. Okay. Did I record over record? No, I did not. Thank you. Whew. Glad I caught that. For fuck's sake. Fuck.
That's a big Australian term.
What?
Oh, a British term. Fuck's sake.
Fuck's sake?
Yeah. And Australian, British, and I guess Irish too.
All right, I want to talk about crack sound on airlines. Done with that. I'm going to delete because we're talking about that. We're gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna show it to you. And I'll be right back. Pee break time.
I'm gonna take these off for a minute.
Yeah, remember to keep them away. If you don't want them right on your ears, you don't have to. I mean, I always keep them back a little bit.
Well, I'll see how it goes the next time. Okay. Next session.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of setting it up.
Yeah. Oh boy. Let's see what's coming up. Oh, you saw that email from my brother about his family visiting?
I know, we're going to talk about that right now.
Family?
Yep, we're going to talk about it right now.
From Norway?
We're talking about it right now.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, I'm talking about it. I can talk about it again.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to be a surprise. We're not recording.
The camera is.
Well, the camera is, but,
Yeah.
You know, unless they're blind and they can read lips, they don't know what we're saying.
The mics are on. That's why you remember you were sitting on the back porch, you were watching us sit back and talk?
Oh,
Remember the video? Do you remember we were on the back porch?
yes.
Yes. The mics are
We were on
on.
the back porch, then we were on the front porch. Mm-hmm. And then we were in the living room.
And then we were drunk and we went to bed.
Watch how you say we did.
Right. We as a unit.
Hey, I didn't drain a beer down your back.
All right, you ready?
Okay. Let's.
What did you say? A beer down my
I
what?
said I didn't drain a beer down your back.
Oh, okay. Why? Did I do that?
Yes, you did.
Oh, Jesus, I'm sorry. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call at station 407-448-8800. Teacher man over to my far right-hand side. You got your ears? What are you doing? It's because of your glasses, isn't it?
Not really.
What are you doing?
Trying to get it where. Okay,
How was that?
good.
You sure?
Yeah, did I sound okay?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, great.
How do I sound?
Oh, you sound fine.
One day we'll get the techs up here and they can fix all this stuff up at one time.
Goodness.
Well, speaking of fixing stuff, I got an air horn for my truck. Did you hear it in the parking lot?
Oh my goodness.
Well,
I said I thought as I was coming in, because I knew you were doing it for my benefit
Right.
as I was driving in. You're probably sitting out there waiting. Wait till that son of a bitch teacher man gets here. I'm gonna blow his ears off. It's very, very loud. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Were you expecting a train horn or were you expecting a truck horn?
I was expecting a train horn.
Train horn.
Yeah.
You know how big those fuckers are? I
No,
mean,
well, they make them to where they're smaller, but the compressor that pushes out all the air through them makes them sound like. Anyways, it's great. It's fun. I was hitting it, going, ring, and I'll post a video because the teacher man came over to the house the other day
Scared the hell out of me.
and saw it, and he was expecting to see it on here at the studio. So you're going to New York and stuff. And by the way, did you hear you're gonna go see your brother up there and your mom?
Yes.
And
Yes.
your brother's got family in town, and we're going to make this story real short.
Yeah, he just had some company.
And they're from Denmark, right?
No, Norway.
Norway, and they're on his wife's side.
His wife is Norwegian.
Okay.
And these people were her family.
And so they were trying to fly a drone?
Right.
And give me the story of what happened.
Okay. Well, when I go to New York, I fly into Long Island MacArthur Airport, which is a big airport that's out on eastern Long Island. Mm-hmm. And we're not, I mean, he's almost a stone's throw away. As a matter of fact, when I used to fly, that's where I used to fly out of when I was private plane flying. Mm-hmm. And I used to be able to fly over his neighborhood, my neighborhood, and whatever.
Did you throw stuff on us on the lawns?
Throw my beer cans out the window. And anyway, so they wanted to see what the house and everybody looked like outside in my brother's backyard from a drone camera. And so, by the way, I'm learning how to use mine.
Okay.
The one I got for Christmas.
Now, how big is the drone that he had?
I don't know. I didn't see the drone. But anyway, they're so close to the airport that when they were sending the drone up, the drone automatically lost power and came back down.
Now, did it come back down gently, or did it spiral down like it was in a wreck?
No, it came down gently because it lost power enough not to be able to fly any higher.
So
because it was going into restricted airspace.
So there's a jammer or something out there? How did that happen?
Absolutely, and there are fly lanes also. Specific air lanes that you can't be in.
So what if you didn't know that you were around airplanes and a landing strip and you're flying that thing, all of a sudden it comes down? How did he know that the place shut it down?
Well, he got a message on his radio.
What radio?
Or his phone. Because when you use the camera and everything, you operate that through your phone.
Okay.
And so he got a message.
Really?
Yes.
Like an Amber Alert or something like that?
You're going into restricted airspace. You cannot do this without permission. Bing, bang, boom, and
really?
Yes, your vehicle will be disabled.
Really?
Yes.
Now, and you don't know how high up he went?
No, not very high at all.
So,
not very high at
like
all.
50 feet, 25, 90 feet?
I'm going to say he might have made it to 100 feet, which is still not that high.
No, it's not that high, but that's crazy. So that's so weird.
Well, I mean, you visited my brother, I think, at once or twice up there.
Yep.
And there are planes going over his house and helicopters from to and from the hospital, Stony Brook Hospital, going over his house all the time. So I mean, there's definitely flight paths directly above his house.
That is crazy. That, and, you know, I know they say something about if your drone weighs a certain amount of ounces or whatever, you have to register it.
Right.
And so I guess, do you register yours? I know you got a drone.
No.
Yeah,
mine is small enough.
Screw them.
Well, not only that. I mean, you know, if it gets large enough to where it can carry a weapon, then, you know, of course, it has to be registered.
The weapon or the drone?
The drone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Teacher Man, you were a teacher, you're a retired teacher and everything, and during your time on the summer and whatnot, you would do like side jobs and whatnot, correct?
Had a lot of them.
You had a lot of them. What's like the ones you remember the most?
Okay, I always had a side job tending bar. I worked with swimming pool builders for several summers. I worked for landscapers several summers. I worked in construction several summers. I mean, numerous things. I worked because Florida's a big nursery community. I worked in several nurseries, and let me tell you what, you work in a nursery in the middle of a Florida summer, buddy, you're in for a sauna.
So that's June, July, and August. So you're looking at
right.
So this one teacher in Oviedo, you know where Oviedo is, right?
Yes,
in
I
Florida.
do. Yes.
Actually left their position as a teacher and became a professional grocery shopper for people who do online grocery shopping, and that you pick out the groceries for the person and you deliver it to the house. They left their whole career, and I got a little news report right here. So let's listen to this and see what happens.
It's kind of emotional. I'm trying to fight back tears because it's.
This is the teacher, and he's leaving. He's getting ready to switch careers.
It was the best time of my life.
Ed Hennessy is seeing his old classroom for the first time in a year. It's where he spent 20 years of his life, teaching thousands of kids at Oviedo High School.
Would you say you were living your dream?
I was, other than money.
20
I
years.
mean, it was a struggle. But
As a teacher, Ed says he never earned more than $50,000. He says he struggled to make ends meet with 2 kids and his old college loans. That's why he always worked another job too, like Blockbuster,
But in Florida, they pay in sunshine. So
Old
Yeah,
Navy,
right.
Target, Uber, and then Shipt. Ed became a shopper for Shipt part-time in 2015.
thank you.
now that's Shipt, SHIPT.
Shipped.
Yeah, Shipt.
Developed a system, a fan base, and 2 years later, realized he could make some real money, which made him reflect on his time in the classroom.
And I don't think there is a way to turn it around unless you're going to offer more money.
So in 2017, he made a bold, life-changing decision. He took a year sabbatical from teaching to shop full-time. And now,
I make over $100,000 a year.
What?
Delivering groceries.
Hold on. He makes $100,000 a year doing that.
I have no doubt. And you know what? On the show MasterChef that I'm watching right now, which is produced by Gordon Ramsay, there is a professional shopper
Really?
as one of the contestants on that show right now.
I wonder. I mean, is it like a 1099?
Well, I imagine you have to keep books and
Yeah.
records just like you would with any other business.
$100,000 a year.
Yeah.
To grocery shop.
Yeah.
For other people.
I'm betting that's his gross, but still in all, that's double his teaching salary.
It is, and he probably works a little bit more. I'll give him that. He probably works, or does he? I mean, when do people buy groceries? You got to be on call. Like Uber, you got to be on call for a certain time.
Days, nights, weekends, it's all, it's when, like most people work during the week, so they can't be home to
Right.
receive groceries during the week.
Well-
so he has to deliver them either at night or on the weekend.
So, I mean, you know what? If I didn't make as much money as I did here at Prophet Radio, I might consider doing that.
Let me tell you something.
Sure.
The year I retired, I retired after 33 years.
Okay. You're not going to I don't want anyone financially. I don't want financial numbers from you.
You don't want any numbers?
No, I don't want
Okay.
financial numbers because that's your business.
Can I give you a range?
No, I don't want a range because we have friends and family, and I don't want them to be upset at us, especially the people in Sweden. They're going, yeah, he makes a lot of money over there. We should go over there and be like the teacher man and buy the stuff for him.
Let me put it this way.
All right.
I
know what you made in New York. Let's put it that way.
You mean in Florida?
No, I know what you made in New York based on the nephews right now. that are your nephews that are teaching. I don't know.
Nothing close to what they make.
I know. But down in Florida, I know about what people, because I've got friends in Florida that teach.
Right.
And they've been teaching not as long as you have, but I know approximately what they get paid.
Okay.
Not with the tenure that you have, but I know approximately. So let's put it that way.
All right. Well, you know what? I won't blow the monkey then.
Right. Don't blow the monkey, because the monkey got
hurt.
Yeah,
and
the monkey.
We all went to heaven on a little rowboat.
So, do you have any debt? Do you have any debt at all? Outside of standard, utilities and rent and whatnot.
I was always lucky enough. First of all, I didn't go away to college.
Okay.
I commuted to college. My mother and father paid for my first 2 years of college.
Okay.
I paid for my second 2 years of college. I should say Bonnie and I, my wife and I.
Mm-hmm.
And I paid as I went. So I had no loans when I graduated school.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I have no debt now.
Are you familiar with Dave Ramsey? Do you know who Dave Ramsey is?
Is that Gordon's son?
No, it's not Gordon's son. But Dave Ramsey, I like watching or listening to Dave Ramsey. When I was down in Florida, can I get another ad on the screen, please? Someone give me no. Activate digital, go away. Oh, it's going to... let me reset this. So Dave Ramsey, he's a religious... Not religious, but he's a very... he believes in giving tithes to the church, having some kind of religious or good faith. Good faith would be a good word. Structure, background, family, community, neighbors. Be kind to each other. The golden rule.
Exactly.
That type of stuff. And Dave Ramsey is he's also very prolific as far as budgeting money. And I've listened to his show. He's syndicated all over the United States. And when I was working in Florida, I was actually the lead into the Dave Ramsey show down there. And Dave Ramsey is basically trying to get you out of debt. And he's like people are stupid with their money. They're stupid with their money, and he's got a book called Baby Steps. And this is not a promotion for Dave Ramsey, so don't worry. But what he says is, why are you running up your credit cards? Why are you doing this? If you get out of debt with the money that you make right now, it's almost like as if you won the lottery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have, you're shelling out $250 a month to a credit card that's got $11,000 on it, it's going to take you...
if you pay the minimum, forget about it.
You'll be dead before the credit card gets paid for. You can't enjoy life. So what he's done is he's created the structure, and I do it with my wife now. And we sat down several years ago, even before we got married, and we would get our tax returns, we'd get bonuses and stuff with the jobs that we were doing. I'm like, okay, list of debt. Biggest, smallest, biggest payment to smallest payment, and just start throwing money at it. Just start throwing money at it, throwing money. And we're at the point now to where the only thing we have is our car, house payment, and utilities. That's almost about where we have two straggler debts, but they're under 10 grand is good.
And that's fantastic. And you know what? You got to be able to treat yourself too. Like, for example, when you're talking about when your taxes came in and this and that, or when your bonuses came in, you want to, you look at your debt and you want to pay as much of that as you can. But it's always good to take a little bit of something and reward yourself. You can say, hey, good job. Let's do something together. Let's take a little vacation together.
But don't put yourself in debt to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. and you know what? Nowadays, you cannot live without a credit card. You've got to have a credit card. You can't rent a car without it.
Not according to Dave Ramsey.
Not according to Dave Ramsey.
Nope.
Well, I don't know how he does it then, but I mean, I have a couple of credit cards. I do.
He's got a method, and what you do is when you get this money and large sums of money in tax returns and whatnot, and you start throwing money at debt and all of a sudden, the $200 and $300 you were throwing at credit cards, you now have at the end of the month. So you take that money and you put into a emergency fund. He always says that you have at least 3 months of emergency funds to pay for everything that you have. Well, if you dwindle everything down to a certain... I know this is like money talk. Sorry, guys. For the most part, where I'm getting at is he says there's good debt and there's bad debt. All debt is bad, except for what he understands, because the housing community and the way the mortgage structure is, he can forgive a mortgage debt. But he says, here's the kicker in the friggin' cheese, that as long as it's a 15-year fixed loan. Well, Of course.
Yeah.
But he's
Easier said than done.
He's saying that you would have to get rid of all your current debt, student loans, credit cards. You know, you had a boyfriend and you were paying for all his stuff. You had a girlfriend, you were paying for the car and repairs and whatnot for that, and it's all on that credit card. And you carry that credit card around. That girlfriend or boyfriend's not around anymore, but you're still paying for it. Once you get all that paid for, then you start looking for a house.
Key to that is if you have a credit card, whatever you put on that card, you pay that month. Done.
And he's a big believer in you need a car to get around. Guess what? Go save up $2,000-$3,000, buy a beater, and drive around. That way you don't have any car payment. Your insurance payment on that is minimal.
Low, yep.
These are for people that are trying to get established. And I'm going to cut this off real quick because I know everyone's going,
it's not a financial hour.
It's not a financial hour. And then buy the car that you want with the pay cash for it.
Right.
So that's the Dave Ramsey. So
and years ago, they used to say, never pay cash for a car, which I don't go along with.
I know, but we have stuck to that Dave Ramsey thing for a long, long time.
Well, that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. Bud drinkers. You drink beer?
No.
Hold on.
No, this thing I've been tipped.
I have to see what the last thing it caught because it stopped. So hold on.
Okay.
People that are trying to get established, and I'm going to cut this off real quick because I know everyone's going,
it's not a financial hour.
Yep, that's where I want to start. All right.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
So being broke and and being out of money and you're just barely getting by because you're trying to pay down your debt. You know, a lot of people indulge in beverages, adult beverages, alcohol, God forbid drugs, but Christ almighty, but people, different strokes, different folks.
Forget about your debt.
Yeah, you forget about your debt. But it's there the next day. Teacher man, do you drink beer? Do you drink anything?
Do I drink alcohol? I like beer. To my detriment, I also like vodka.
That's one thing
I mean, I could drink that on the rocks without ice even.
No.
Just put a little shot of that in a glass and I can sip on that. The problem is, I start sipping that shit and then all of a sudden the bottle's gone.
Right, and you look down and you go, oh, shit.
Oh, good. Good thing I don't have any debt.
Yeah. Well, Budweiser, the whole Budweiser, Bud Light, and that whole community as far as the company is lost another... their stocks have fallen another 3.1% in the second quarter.
Wow, why is that?
You know what? I don't know. They're saying sales of the two brands have fallen to once loyal American customers shift away from domestic lagers towards craft beers and Mexican imports, wine and spirits. Now, I'm going to give you my idea of what the reason why.
As long as I can respond.
All right. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a good whatever this is.
It's a good spike.
I wish I had hairspray. I could spray it so it doesn't move.
Just hit it with that insulation gun.
No, then I can't hear anything. Oh. So Amy's riding, by the way, after work.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for her.
So she's not going to be home till like 9 o'clock probably.
No problem. You know what I was going to ask? I didn't. It's probably going to be too late to do that. I don't know what we're going to do. What are we going to do for dinner?
I don't know. What are you making?
I mean, I could treat the Daves, or what I was going to suggest, either Dave's tonight or Dave's tomorrow night, or you can talk to Amy and discuss it. When you guys go to bed tonight.
She said
you want to go to Mexican
tomorrow.
Oh, we can go tomorrow night. Yeah.
Saturdays are always busy. So, Mexican tonight, I don't think me and you are going to be in a condition to eat Mexican and enjoy it tonight. At least I won't. I love my Fridays.
Well, and if she's not getting home till 9, that's a lot of drinking time.
Right. She said if he, meaning you, want to do Dave's, then we can do Dave's.
And what we can do, too, is the stuff we get is easy for her to eat up.
Right.
Whenever she gets home.
So she just said make sure that you order by a certain time so it gets here. All right. Tomorrow night we'll probably do something. Maybe we'll defrost one of the steaks because we had one of the ribeyes the other night.
How was that?
It's gamey.
Yeah. You know what? I never thought about that, but I imagine it would be.
It's very, very gamey, and she did the Gordon Ramsay with the butter and the sauce in the pan and the hot iron skillet
and basted it, yeah.
And basted it and pulled it out, and she cut into it, and it was blue still. So she put it back in, and did it a couple more times and got it to a certain point. But it was gamey.
Really?
Yeah. It was good. Don't get me wrong. And she put absolutely just salt and pepper
Salt
on.
and pepper. That's all. I don't put anything on steak. I used to use that Montreal seasoning every once in a while.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I don't do any of that.
But she also, we cooked ground beef for my zucchini boats.
I got a recipe.
Well, hold on.
Phone. Go ahead.
And the ground meat is gamey.
Well, if the beef is gamey,
right?
If the steak is gamey,
it's kind of like when people buy fresh eggs. And the fresh eggs are so good and stuff, and you're buying
and it's a whole different taste.
It's a whole different taste. It's a whole different, you expect the meat to be a certain texture and the steak to be a certain texture.
That's why so many people don't like venison. Mm-hmm. Because they've never really, what you're having is right off the fucking hoof.
Yeah, literally
and
slice,
went into that
package, freezer.
Yeah, and those will last forever because they're cryovac. And people don't realize that. Those cows have been eaten. They haven't had any kind of...
Well, these cows they're not in a, wall-to-wall pen.
Right. They're out in the pasture.
They're walking around.
Fed.
Yeah. You can go up and pet them, and the next day you're eating them. All right.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Whatever you guys want to do is fine. We can get the Dave's tonight. Well, I was just going to get I'll get a stromboli. And Amy and I will split that.
Okay.
And I'll get a fettuccine with chicken Alfredo.
Okay.
And Amy and I will split that, and you can get your pizza or whatever, calzone.
I want 12
whatever
pizzas.
You want. 12 pizzas.
And we'll freeze them.
Tell them to cryovac them before they send them.
All right, so we're talking about losing drinkers. Right?
Yes.
Right.
Let me scoot up here a second.
All right.
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yep.
Set. Yeah, the meat was kind of gamey that we had the other day when we went over we actually bought the meat from the butcher or whatever.
It was right off the pasture.
It was kind of gamey, but it was good. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Private Radio. Give us a call here at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time in the Queen City studio, located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina at 407. Don't forget to be 407-44. Let me give the whole number before I continue on with something else. 407-448-8800. And don't forget to go down to the Be Heard section and record a voicemail. Send it to us. Not a voicemail. It's not a voicemail. It pops up right on the screen, just like this guy. You ready? This guy right here. Some guy just called in and said, "Hey, there you go." So yeah, we bought the meat from the butcher and stuff. Oh, back to what we were talking about, the drinking of beer. In my opinion, why Budweiser has lost their base, their foundation. Think about it. You ready?
Okay.
All right. So, when people drink Budweiser, what kind of people drink Budweiser? Religiously drink Budweiser?
I think it's sports people.
Okay.
People that watch sports and people that go to sporting events.
Okay, are they white or black?
I think for the most part they're white.
Okay. And are they young people, like out of high school? You're drinking your dad's Budweiser, or are they middle-aged, or are they older?
I don't know. I'm going to say they're young.
Okay. You're talking about millennials drinking Budweiser.
No.
Okay,
no,
yeah.
No, I wouldn't agree with that.
Okay.
Now that I think about it, millennials, I think, are going to drink the Coronas and the Dos Equis and
The craft beers.
Craft beers, right?
Okay.
And they love those pubs that have all those million craft beers on tap.
So the people that hear me out, the people that drink Budweiser, I think their demographic, their audience, their not constituents, but that group of people have gotten older.
Uh-huh.
And I think what they're doing is they're now either dying. People that were drinking Budweiser in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s are now, 50 and they're 60 and they're 70. And they're not.
The doctor has just told them, say, look, you got to stop drinking beer.
Exactly.
You got to stop drinking vodka.
So that's one thing I think that's happening with Budweiser's community. They're not grasping the younger audience, the next generation that's coming in. The second thing is, when you drink Budweiser, you always say, Budweiser, America, blah, 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 and all that stuff. Well, I don't think, in general, the youth, the drinking age, and those just after the drinking age, 21 to 29, and then 30s to 35, I don't think they're drawn to a Budweiser because that's a symbol of America, and I don't think they believe in America right now. They don't they stand behind America.
I think a lot of that has to do with when people think of America now, the very first thing they think of is Trump. And who wants to drink a beer to Trump? Most people do not.
Exactly. And that's probably why I hate to say it, the article said that Mexican imports and stuff have skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So maybe that's a middle finger to you.
Modelo, El Presidente,
that'd be
both very good beers.
Modelo.
If you speak Spanish, it's Modelo.
I speak Spanish just fine.
Well, it's not Modelo. It's Modelo. Go ask your Spanish professor. If he told you Modelo, fire his ass.
Why? It isn't Modelo.
It's not. All right.
I went to Mexico and I asked for a Modelo at the thing while I'm waiting for the damn taxi to show up, and they said, "Here you go.
I'm going to give this burro a Modelo."
Well, anyway, so you know who has a hard time saying stuff correctly?
Tell me.
Roseanne. Are you familiar with her?
Oh yeah, but I think she does that intentionally.
Well,
either that or that's her Brooklynese or New York.
So that she said about the ape tweet. Are you familiar with what she did? Why her show was canceled and stuff?
No.
Okay, God, I was hoping you would know. Hold on, you're gonna make me read. So Roseanne has been through the ringer when it comes to done calmly explaining to people that she was not making a racial joke with Valerie Jarrett. Are you looking at the screen? Oh, put your eyeballs in. Always have my. I'm going to get you the ones that just fit on the bridge of your nose.
Valerie Jarrett.
All right, and who is Valerie Jarrett, Mr.?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
All right.
Okay. She was compared to a character from the Planet of the Apes.
Right. They said that she looked like the female. Remember the Planet of the Apes?
Right.
There was a female.
The one that was in love with Charlton Heston?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
So she said that she looked like, what's her name from the Planet of the Apes? Well, she didn't know that the woman was black. And if you look at her, hold on, I'm going to see if I can find it. Give me one sec. This is all good radio. Oh, you know what? Let's click on that. Let's see if it pops up. Nope, guess not. So let's pull on this.
Why?
I can edit all this out, so don't worry.
No, I'm not talking about that. I mean, if she's talking about Planet of the Apes, they all look like apes. And
No. She was saying that this person right here. Let me get the images here. This person right here looked like the female version of the chick from the Planet of the Apes. This lady right here. Hold on, let's see if I can do side by side. Where's the side by?
Is she saying she looked like the character from the Planet of the
Yes.
Apes, or she looked like the person that played?
No,
the
she
character?
looked like the actual physical character from the Planet of the Apes. All right, you see this woman right here?
Yes.
Look at that picture. I want you to embed that in your. And you guys watching the video and stuff, you can
Got
see
it.
this on the screen.
Yes, I got it.
All right, so this is what she actually said. You see, look here, and she's had a hard time with this. This is kind of behind the scenes. She was Let's see if I can do this up.
Hello.
Give me a level.
They're doing a little test on her. So
Hello.
Hello. Okay.
Oh,
Now the cameras are
you
rolling.
said I'm in 3 outfits.
She's smoking a cigarette. You know what? Not for nothing. I think she looks hot.
I like the dyed hair deal.
I do like her hair. I like her haircut. I think she's lost a little bit of weight. She's not that big fat round ball. I think she's got a good look for her. She looks better now, like more sex appeal now. I don't know if that was her whole thing before, but she's got more sex appeal now. All right, there go the phone lines. They're lighting up. than she did when she was doing Roseanne. So, anyways,
Are you filming?
Yeah.
See, are you filming?
Imagine a presidential address like your butt. Imagine in his.
I'm gonna skip forward a little bit.
And save his job. There were jump cuts, multiple outfits, different.
I'm trying to talk about Iran. I'm trying to talk about Valerie Jarrett wrote the Iran deal.
I know, but you've told me this 300 times.
God.
Do you know that a.
Listen.
That's what my tweet was about.
I know, you've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the bitch was white. God damn it! I thought the bitch was white. Fuck.
So she thought that this woman on my screen right here was white.
Well, hold on a second.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll scroll through all these pictures. She thought that she was white.
And I can see her point. Do you actually think that woman looks black?
I have no idea. I don't get into all that, but that she thought this was. She does not. Her pigment is very light skin, but yeah, she was freaking out. I mean, oh God Almighty.
Well, to be honest with you, to be honest with you, I thought Meghan Markle, before anybody ever told me that she was half African American, I thought that she was white.
So there you go. I mean,
not that I would have any negatory comment about her.
No.
Like, what are they doing with a black person with a suitcase full of money, when she was on that show.
Right.
I forget the name of that show.
Deal or No Deal.
Right, Deal or No Deal.
So another person who has stuck their foot completely in their mouth, and I'm going to play this, and let's see. Give me a sec. I'm looking for the thing. Cut this out. What? You can tell me.
I just wanted to move that.
Okay,
I'm good.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it and post edit.
Okay.
The camera, not so much. Where the fuck is that? What'd I do? I'm looking for. I gotta get this thing better. Story time. Where's the Georgia? Oh, right here. So here's another guy who kind of stepped in his own shit at the same time. Jason Spencer. Do you know who Jason Spencer is? Probably not. He's a lawmaker in Georgia. And he was on this show. You know who Sacha Baron Cohen is?
Yes.
All right. So he was on this show, and it's called Who is America? So there's Sacha Baron Cohen in disguise. He's dressed up and stuff.
Right.
But he's trying to talk to this lawmaker from Georgia to say, hey, if something happens, how would you get out of terrorism? Because terrorism's always bad. Now, here we go. This is
always taking selfie. Okay, convince him or her that you are.
So you're supposed to blend in. So he said, Chinese people are always taking selfies. So this is a lawmaker in Georgia. You ready for this? Get ready.
Chinese. Go.
Convince the person that you're Chinese.
Red Dragon, Beijing, Hong Kong. I think I'm in Hong Kong. Sushi. When I said, I see the Red Dragon. Do you speak Chinese? Ho Chi Minh.
Well, he's supposed to. They dress men up like women, and he's supposed to go over there and look to see if there's a bomb underneath the thing.
Yeah.
All right, so that's, just the words that he's saying in general. Saying like Ho Chi Minh Trail and all this stuff.
Thank you. Red Dragon, chopstick, sushi.
All right, so here's the worst part. And I can't believe that he actually did this. And how to stop a kidnapping. And this is a hokey show. This is a joke show. And it's kind of like Candid Camera. So they said,
because of who you are, you could be the victim of kidnapping by ISIS. You have 2 seconds to attract attention. How do you attract attention?
You start screaming, take your clothes off.
In America,
So screaming and take your clothes off. That's how you attract attention if you're going to be kidnapped by ISIS. I think they pretty much figured that out. They'll either shoot
cut your balls off and take you anyway.
Right. So here's his solution
Is
for it.
one forbidden word. It is the N-word. Now, I am going to be the terrorist. You have 3 seconds to attract attention. Go!
And I wanted to pause it right there because he actually says it straight out. And he's on camera. He's on a show. And I don't know if he's thinking that they're going to delete or not delete, but beep it out. And forgive me because this is not by, I hate this in itself, but I want to just play this real quick. You ready?
Nigger! Nigger!
All right, that's enough. So that
we by no means sanction that.
But unfortunately, he's saying that, you're going to be trapped or being kidnapped in a foreign land. They don't know what that word means. Here in the United States, of course, by all means.
Right.
But if you're overseas and stuff and you're being captured by ISIS, they have no idea what that is.
Well, but by in defense of him, the host of the show gave him the prompt.
Told
the
him
N-word.
Told him the N-word,
Right.
and that's the way he left that.
And when anybody says, "Oh, the N-word," you know what everybody automatically thinks.
Right. Well, he didn't have to say. I mean,
no.
I guess I don't know. I feel. I don't know how to take that. I mean, I know how to take it. I mean, the word. I don't want to make this a race thing, but he's in hot water for that.
I imagine so, especially if he's a lawmaker.
He is a lawmaker. Now, what is a lawmaker? I mean, are they not a senator?
Well, he's in the Georgia House of Representatives. You said Georgia, right?
Georgia, correct.
Is he in the Georgia House of Representatives, the Georgia Senate? Is he the governor of Georgia?
And if he's making laws and using that word in the same,
he may just be a mayor of a city in Georgia. I don't know. And because they help make the laws in a particular city.
Yeah, so he was they caught on tape. I say caught on tape. They didn't. I guess he wasn't expecting to. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm confused that why would he say that? Why would he say that at all?
It's kind of like I remember telling kids at school and telling my own kids, don't put shit on your phone that you wouldn't want to see on the front page of tomorrow's paper.
So you got Roseanne, you got this guy, and both of them are in the hot water for just stupid, not thinking. Roseanne thought the woman was white, and this guy thought he was. I
think Roseanne missed her medication that morning.
Gosh,
Holy shit!
Jesus! All right, you're listening to Deacon Live right here. We're gonna get a little. We're gonna take a jump on a different train track here and go a different direction. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Bravo Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back.
Should have beeped your horn.
Yeah. So my question, I was going to bring this up on the air, but I don't want to bring it up on the air because you can get into a whole nother half hour. So what he did there, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Look at it in my view. We're live on the air or live on the video.
Okay.
So did you see what I did there, just there? Played the Roseanne.
Yep.
Then I played the clip of the lawmaker.
Right.
What did he say? He said the N-word.
N-word.
Okay. I played it. I chose to play that, unedited or anything. Okay?
Okay.
I didn't say it.
No, you didn't.
I played the video. I allowed it to go over the air. I allowed it to be out there. It's on the station's computer. I hit the button, it went out there. The reason why I say this is my argument with what Papa John said. He technically, verbally, did the same thing. He didn't say the phrase. He didn't create the phrase that was said. He's verbally repeating it. I'm verbally...
No.
I'm digitally...
It is not the same thing.
I'm digitally...
Those words did not come out of your mouth.
The
N-word came out of Papa John's mouth.
I'm digitally...
You're not going to change my mind.
I'm digitally allowing that to cross the airwaves. I'm giving it the okay stamp to go across the air.
That's okay. I mean, you see that shit on television all the time.
Right.
People are just reporting the news. You're reporting what happened. Well, in essence, the news.
I could have edited the N-word. I could have edited.
Why? Because then it's not true.
No, I say N-word. I could have, I could put up the beep set.
Yeah. Okay.
I didn't.
I know.
Now, I'm not defending either one.
But you can't say it's the same thing either.
I can say the scenario's the same. Now, granted, he got in trouble too for saying the N-word. That's his own story. That's on his shoulder.
Because it came out of his mouth. You cannot get in trouble.
Why?
For putting what he said out there.
Papa John's is putting what Colonel Sanders said out there.
But he also said it himself.
He doesn't have a recording of Colonel Sanders saying it. There's documentation of Colonel Sanders.
He said, look, Colonel Sanders said, you know what, niggas love my chicken. Now, I'm saying that. And I could get in trouble for that. Yeah.
See?
You know, that's what I'm saying. I could get in trouble for that. Because I said the word.
No, you're saying what someone else said.
No, but I said the word. He did. I mean, you didn't. You're not going to convince me.
All right, let me go to the bathroom. You want anything?
While you're down there, please.
You got one right here, don't you? Oh, put the cap on it like a pussy. I just wanted to see.
I knew. I figured you were trying to get me.
By the way, I know you were concerned if my headphones were in one ear or not one ear, so they're in both ears. The cleaning agent worked.
Oh, good. Good.
I don't know if this is doing anything or not, but
what is that? Eliminate static and stuff like that when
What?
the cleaning agent.
it's a contact cleaner for electric. So whatever the it's electric. So anytime you get an arc, there's always a carbon residue.
Right.
On a smaller scale, this is the same way. Okay. So if you constantly, you're pulling it in and out, in and out, in and out,
builds up.
It builds up, and it actually cleans it.
Connect.
Yep. And that's what I was running into. That's why I was like, I know I got contact cleaner here somewhere.
No, but you never found it though.
No, I went out and bought a new one.
That's what I mean. You never found it.
Yeah.
Must have.
And you try rubbing alcohol and all the other stuff, doesn't work. There's something in that contact cleaner.
What the hell's up with these tops?
You're a pussy, that's why.
Oh, that's why you had to use the rag to open yours, right? Okay.
My hands were a little sweaty.
Yeah, it was sweaty.
Let's see what the video looks
My
like.
diaper was a little wet too.
Yeah. All right. So I'm correct. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. You got your headphones on, okay?
Oh man.
Is the sound still good on them? You're good, right?
Still, well, this year I have to move off because it's very, very loud.
All right. Well, don't do anything. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call at the station 407-448-8800. Make sure you text us live. No, not text us. You can text us anytime, but make sure you email me at deacon@prophetradio.com, and we'll send you out all our free swag and stuff. And we still got T-shirts that we're working on. I've got a artist name is Max. It's Max Factor. He's working on some designs for the
second batch.
The second batch, and we sold about 200 and some odd T-shirts last time. So we're looking for about the same amount next time. So you. Let me fix this and fix this. Everything needs to be fixed all the time. Every time I move the mic. Have you ever eaten at Applebee's?
Do you know what? I ate at Applebee's one time.
And what happened?
Well, nothing happened. But the reason I haven't eaten at, made a habit of eating at Applebee's was because when we were living in Florida, our next door neighbors happened to be, their name was Standish. The Standishes went to Applebee's, and they had the mom, dad, and 3 daughters. All 5 of them got sick.
Really?
Yes. All 5 of them got sick. Now, they had different meals.
Everyone gets sick all the time, no matter what restaurant. You always hear that horror story. Oh, don't go to Jack in Box.
Well, we live right next door, so we knew. I mean, I heard people, McDonald's served horse meat and all that other horse shit that went around. Besides horse shit.
Right.
But I went to Applebee's one time took my aunt there with my mom in New York when I was up there in New York one time for a visit, and it wasn't bad.
Well, good.
But
Well, Applebee's is this kind of like the TGI Fridays, that whole casual dining and stuff. And by the way, a little side note: TGI Fridays.
Yes.
The guy who created TGI Fridays had no idea how to do a restaurant at all. He had a huge youth community in his neighborhood, in his town, and just wanted to meet chicks. So he designed TGI Fridays with all the happy specials and the beer specials and stuff, and just to meet girls. That's all.
Smart guy.
Yeah, well, he's made, but it's kind of that '90s thing. Anyways, so Applebee's. I don't know who goes to Applebee's anymore. I know some people that do, but what would you think if you went to Applebee's and that was your birthday? That was your birthday dinner going to Applebee's. Would you be upset about it? Would you be all right with it?
I don't know. If it was my coworkers.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's a party here at Applebee's. This young lady, not to cut you off.
Yeah, that's okay.
This young lady went to. Now I don't know if this is staged, and if you're watching this live on the screen here, you can see the computer screen down below, right below.
It looks like they're at a Chuck E. Cheese for crying out loud.
I know. This family was celebrating the husband, boyfriend, whatever, dad decided to celebrate the daughter, girlfriend birthday. I don't know. It doesn't give any explanation on it. Let's see. She wasn't feeling Applebee's. She was offended. Oh, sorry, I'm reading over this. And highly upset because of the audacity to celebrate her birthday at the neighborhood bar and grill. So you ready for this? Here we go. She hit him in the face with a cake.
Who was that?
Oh, yep, sorry.
Was that her father?
I don't know. They're dropping the N-bomb, so I apologize for that. I think this is staged, though. Because now she gets up. She walks around.
Wow. Oh!
Give me my money. Now, this is the funniest part. She's about 5'1", and she's yelling at her boyfriend, husband, dad, who's probably 6'4", 6'5", and standing on a chair and yelling.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy, yelling right in his face. Yeah, this is definitely staged. It's staged. Look, everyone else is sitting at the table.
It looks like there's nobody else in the restaurant.
Yeah, so I don't know that. I'm gonna call BS on that. So.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Yeah, she wasn't too happy about that. You know who else isn't happy?
All right, give me a hint.
You're supposed to say,
give me a hint.
No, Deacon, I don't know who else is happy.
No, Deacon, I don't know who else is unhappy. Give me a fucking hint.
You ever gone to like a restaurant and stuff and had when you get like for the soda fountain, the soda machines and stuff?
Yeah.
And if you ask for water, what kind of cup do they give you? Like if you want, if you ask for a cup for water, and you can get out of the soda machine, what kind of cup do they give you?
They give you a tiny see-through cup.
Right. It's
so they know you're taking soda or not.
Right. So this just happened in the last 24 hours, and this happened in Las Vegas. And this girl, lady, woman, whatever, asked for the water cup and went to the soda fountain and started filling it up with soda. Well, the manager came over, called her out, got into a fight with her.
Oh,
huge fight.
That's wrong.
Huge fight. And we're going to post all these videos on the Prophet Radio website under Deacon Live. And now you guys can see this, but if you're watching the video, it's playing on the screen down below. You ready? Get ready for this. This is a whole world of... Oh, they took the page down already.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You know why? I bet Mickey D's had a fit, and they took the page down.
Well, I've got a backup, so hold on. Let's see. Let me try one more time. Nope, this page isn't available. So we're going to go to a backup. I got a backup. I always got backups. Backup. Here's the update. Let's see what happens. I should have recorded it when it came out. Yep, I got it. You ready?
Go.
Let's see. Hopefully it's not gone. Give it a second. So a McDonald's employee who was filmed attacking with a milkshake tossed into the customer, throwing her so violently around that her breast popped out of her shirt. She was a small fry fighter fighting with this huge woman. Now this is the woman who was getting into a fight. And this is the interview with her. That shit was crazy. I just asked I'm a stripper and I couldn't afford a soda.
What?
Yeah. So hold on. Here's the fight. You ready? All right, now we can play it. I'm glad I got the backup. You ready? See the manager?
Oh boy!
He's
wailing on her.
Describe the manager for me.
Oh, he one too many Big Macs.
He?
Oh, I mean, yeah, she.
She.
One too many Big Macs. I'm sorry, I did say he, because that hair pulled back kind of made her look like
she's huge.
And she is, yes, a big mama jam.
There goes the tit. Is it flopping out? See what she's wearing? I think, now this is in Vegas. You can hear all the chairs and everything sliding around. This is in Vegas. So I'm looking at the way she's dressed. I think she's a streetwalker.
Possibly.
So, yeah, I think...
And it wasn't a good night.
It wasn't a good night. So she...
Stop it.
Oh, they got her calm down. Calm down. Nope.
Oh, boy.
Yep. And this is all over... This is all over her getting a water cup and getting soda out of the thing. Holy Jesus Christ.
Man, oh man.
So, yeah, but I guess in the article, she was talking smack before. I don't know what the smack was that they were talking about. But, yeah.
I hope it was worth it, because she got her ass whooped.
Yeah, she was thrown around like a rag doll, but I mean, let it go. How much is the soda? How much is the soda? They always advertise soda or whatever.
I would have just said
99 cents.
99 cents. Any size.
Yeah.
Any size.
Any size you want.
Not only that, I would have said, bitch, you asked for a water cup. Get the water, leave the soda alone, and say goodbye.
Right.
Leave the joint.
Right. You're done.
We don't need your business here. And if that's the way you're going to behave, out.
Now, if she would have said, hey, F you, whore, your mom's a whore, and your daddy's a whore.
I'm going to call the cops.
Exactly. I think this person and you don't know. She might have been a repeat offender. She might go in there all the time, and the manager's like, oh, here comes that bitch.
Yeah, but still, Big Mama's not. She's not going to have that job.
Here comes that bitch again, and oh Jesus,
terrible.
What? I mean, it's just stupid, stupid.
It reminds me of the Lake Mary shooting, where the bystanders shot over an argument in the hamburger joint.
Yeah.
We talked about last week.
Well,
last session.
Yeah, I want to play this one too. There was a police footage of shooting. Thank you for bringing that in. A shooting of a gentleman, the body camera. So give me 1 sec while I pull this up. Now, this is a gentleman who was running from the cops. And he jumped over a wrought iron fence, and I'm going to let the...
I can imagine what happened.
Oh, God. I don't know, but I'm going to play this. This is in Chicago. Let me read this a little bit for you. Chicago police fatally shot a 24-year-old as he climbed a fence to flee, the body cam footage shows. So we're... Oh, give me one sec while I click advertisement. Let's go.
Setting moms can video chat from Europe.
I don't want to hear that. The body cams show civilian ordinance of the police accountability of Chicago has released a body camera footage of a 24-year-old being shot while he's running away from the officers. Maurice Granton died after he was shot in the Chicago South Side on June 6th as police officers conducted a drug investigation in the area.
From Chicago at this hour,
Here we go.
Newly released police body cam video of a fatal shooting. It's causing outrage. The video showing Maurice Granton shot in the back by police after appearing to run away from them and then laying there for several minutes with no one giving him aid. What police tonight say happened beforehand, and we should warn you, the video is disturbing. Here's Alex Perez from Chicago.
All right, so here we go. Here's the video.
Tonight, growing questions for the Chicago Police Department after the release of this controversial body cam video. It shows the moments leading up to an officer shooting and killing 24-year-old Maurice Granton Jr.
I saw my son, Maurice Granton Jr., my DNA, my blood, just get murdered in cold blood by a Chicago policeman.
In the video, which is difficult to watch, Granton is seen running from police attempting to scale a fence when an officer opens fire. Witnesses nearby in an uproar as Granton lay on the ground dying. The shooting happened June 6th. Police were carrying out a drug investigation, and at the time, Chicago police said Granton was armed when he was shot. A police spokesman did tweet a picture of a weapon. And in the video, you can hear officers talking about a gun nearby. But the family says the video shows no weapon in Granton's hands.
At no point in this video was my son armed.
No, but what they didn't tell you is that he was laying on the floor.
He was running.
When he was on the ground, face down, they said, keep your hands up, and he was reaching down into his pants and actually was reaching for that gun. And when they found him, and after they, did the investigation, he had a gun buried down in his pants.
Did he really?
Yep.
Well, then I guess he deserved it. But let me ask you this.
Sure.
You got a kid down on the ground, and you're standing right there, and you're telling him, keep your hands away from your waist.
Correct.
Keep your hands up. And he goes to why don't you just tase his ass and hold that trigger in there?
I don't think at that point you can, unless the person's standing up and walking towards you, you can switch, because you have to switch between your gun, of course, and a taser. So at that point, there was a gun already suspected.
I guess if they saw a gun, the cops did the right thing, I believe.
Yeah, I mean,
I believe.
If it's a guy coming up to you, pushing you, and getting in your face and stuff, a cop can pull out his taser because you don't have physically a weapon on you. But if you come up, if there's a gun on you, he's got to, force with force.
And they were going after him, and they saw he had a gun, and they were going after him, and I'm sure they had their guns drawn and not their tasers.
Yeah, could be because of the situation that they were in.
Exactly.
So now, I don't know the whole details. Of course, there's an investigation going on, but yeah, body cam footage. Everyone's upset and whatnot, and oh my God, I'm so over. I'm so over granted, the body cam footage has helped out a lot with everything, but in the same sense, people are knee-jerk, quick to react. And they want to do, he shot him in the back, and he didn't have his gun on him. He had no weapon and whatnot.
People want to blame the cops 99% of the time. And you know what? There is a percentage of the time that the cops are wrong. But for the most part, they're not. They're trained, and I don't think that most cops are going to shoot somebody unless it's warranted.
I don't think the cops are being trained as well, though. In my personal opinion, I'm for the police department. I'm for all the police department.
The criminals are trained too damn well.
I think Colors, the movie Colors, did you see that?
Yes.
All right, and I think that gave the policemen, that was the start. That was already going on before the movie came out.
Yeah.
And the movie brought it to light, and I think people of all creeds and colors saw that movie and kind of go, really, that's going on? The people in New Hampshire are going, oh my God, I can't believe that's happening.
Yeah.
But to a certain point.
Can I make a little
Sure,
light?
yeah.
I want to make something light
Yeah.
for a second. It reminds me of a story about a fourth grader that was in his fourth grade class, and his teacher said, I want you to use the, and it goes back to this video. She said, son, I want you to use the word escort in a sentence. And he said, sure. He says, the other day I was climbing over the fence and I got my escort.
I thought that was going to be a serious story. Sorry, folks. You can
I said make light.
You can email teacherman@prophetradio.com with all complaints and concerns and stuff.
Otherwise, you can direct them to Deacon.
Yeah. So, being married, you were married.
Yes.
And do you remember picking out your wedding guests and who's going to be there, and you have to agree on so many people and that's going to be in the who you're going to invite and who's going to sit where and all that stuff?
Do you know, I have to tell you that planning our wedding was super easy and very simple and very enjoyable.
Good. Well, oh shit, I hit the wrong one. So some things went bad for this couple planning their wedding coming up. Actually ended up with one killing the other. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Yeah, my in-laws were terrific with that.
Really? Is that where we're at?
My in-laws? No.
Oh. I don't know what this is. This can go away.
You cut out my joke.
No.
Oh.
There was see that little pencil right there?
Yeah.
If I click on it and move it
back, it'll start where you.
No, it'll watch. See, it'll create something.
Oh, okay.
It'll create something I don't want.
Well, that's you originally were up at the end, all the way to the right of that brown block, and you moved it back to get rid of that, to erase and start back further.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you understood what I meant, but I know what I meant.
Somebody did. Now I'm getting all clammed up. Yeah. All right, there it goes. All right, come back. Ready?
Hit it up.
Okay.
Is this a good position for me to sit in? Because I don't have to dip or move.
Yeah.
To see the screen.
Turn the light off.
It ran out. What is it? Charge back up?
I don't know.
It'll go out here in a little bit.
Or maybe it's got a timer on it.
No. I mean, see the screen.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, well, why do I need the light to see the screen?
I was trying to light up the other side of your fat head.
Oh. Well, if it's fat, it collects a lot of light.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Your fat head's in orbit.
Well, I didn't want to go.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I know you're not breathing. You've done very well with all your the new
snorting and snotting.
Snorting and snotting. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. And we are located in the Queen City studio, located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. Over to my right-hand side is Teacher Man.
Hey, and I want to say hi to everybody out there in television land, YouTuber land.
YouTuber land. We're on YouTube and Twitch, so make sure you follow us and subscribe, and you get these videos posted correctly right away. So we were talking about planning a wedding and how stressful it is, and all the people that you can invite or don't invite, and do we have enough money, and how much is it per plate? And so you said that when you planned your wedding, it was okay?
Yes, it was very okay. It was very amicable. I mean, it was. I think planning a wedding nowadays is a lot more difficult than it needs to be.
Everyone wants to have the what do they call it, like theme weddings?
Yeah, and they want it to be, something that everybody's going to remember. Who the fuck cares? I want it to be something that I remember, that my wife remembers.
What happened to the good old days where you just used to rent out the fellowship hall at the church and just everyone would stand around in like the lime green satin wedding dresses in the middle of August trying to get married?
They brought their own beer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my father-in-law, and back in the day when I got married, he told my wife and I, then was my fiance, Bonnie, he told Bonnie and I, he said, I'll tell you what, he said, I'll pay for your wedding. He said, like any good father-in-law should, as father of the bride. He said, right now I will give you a check for $10,000. We have a wedding in the backyard with a keg of beer, hot dogs and hamburgers, and we play horseshoes, and everybody, because he had a pool and everything, everybody has a wonderful time. And I looked up, I said, Bonnie and I will talk. And I talked to Bonnie about it, and of course, sentimental.
Right.
Who she's just like.
Right.
And so she says, I want to have a wedding. I want it to be something that everybody comes to and we remember and blah blah blah. So we told my father-in-law no.
She wanted to show you off.
Yeah. Well, and we got money for our wedding. Nobody gave. No, I don't think anybody gives gifts in New York still.
Really?
But nobody gives gifts at weddings up there.
No, it's all cash. It's all cash now. Well, I was trying to find the article. Somehow it got lost. But anyways, this couple was dating for a while, and they were planning their wedding. And I'm going to make this real short. They were planning their wedding, and you ready for this? This is the best part.
Okay.
So Mary, it's Joe and Mary. We're just saying Joe and Mary.
Gotcha. Jack and Jill.
Yep, Jack and Jill. So Jill was cheating on her husband with Jack. All right?
Oh.
She was in the process of getting a divorce from Tom. So Jack and Jill were dating for a long time. Now, Jack was interested in a woman a long time ago, had a girlfriend, they disconnected. So now here Jack and Jill are creating this whole wedding event and trying to invite, people and stuff. And Jack wants to invite Mary. So Jill says, how do you even know where she lives? How do you even know? So she said,
I'm going to invite Tom.
No, she said, well, you're still making contact with her. You're cheating on me, and I'm not having it.
Oh, my.
Meanwhile, she's still married to Tom, waiting for the divorce papers to dry, and getting married to... What's his name? Jack? Okay, so
Yeah.
Jack and Jill
Right.
are trying to get married. Anyways, she calls 911. She comes out in the kitchen. And says, my fiance's dead. He's lying on the kitchen table. I found a knife in his chest. So then they interview her again. Jill, what happened? Well, he got upset at me, and I got upset at him, and I was cutting dinner for the night, and he ran up to me to punch me, and I put the knife, hold it out, and he ran into the knife. All right, Jill, we're going to ask you again. What happened? Well, he wanted to invite his ex-girlfriend to our wedding, and I blamed him for cheating on me because he still had contacts with his ex-girlfriend, and so I stabbed him.
By the way, you might find his balls in the living room.
Right, so, I mean...
Oh my God!
It was already doomed. The whole it was already doomed. The whole wedding.
Can you imagine what the marriage would have been like had they gotten married?
Every day they would have fight about everything. They couldn't be on social network. They couldn't be on social media. They couldn't have cell phone calls. They couldn't have text messages. They would have to go down to the dumb phones, the flip phones and stuff, because
neither one of them knew how to be faithful.
Neither one of them would have known how to trust each other.
Wow, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Yes, it is.
But you know what? Probably a match better not made. than another place than heaven. It was made in hell.
Yeah. So we're wrapping it up. Not wrapping up here, but the summer's wrapping up and the kids are getting back into school.
Damn, I can't. Let me say something about that.
Sure.
I used to hate when I was a kid, and they would start these
Really?
fucking back to school commercials.
You hated being a kid?
I had no. Well, I mean, I hated being a kid at a time when the summer was ending, and you and all your friends are looking at these goddamn commercials where we got to start
back to
thinking
school,
about
back to school, back to school,
and we
back
all
to
want to
school.
say, "Fuck that shit! We're not even into summer yet, and you're already dumping us back into school."
Yep.
And our parents are going, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
Right, I know. I remember shopping with my mom for school clothes. I thought that was exciting. I got a whole brand new thing. Yeah,
That was.
Well, school clothes back then were simple. You get what you want and school clothes and stuff, but now everything's got to be a uniform. It can't say this, it can't say that. That's
Plus, kids get clothes all the time. All new clothes all the time. I got clothes twice a year. I got clothes for Christmas, and I got clothes for school. Those are the 2 times. I might get a shirt or something for my birthday, but then you got shot because I wanted a toy or something like that.
Right. So imagine if you were in your summer break, you were old enough to do like a dream job of yours, and on your summer break you would go somewhere to work at a place or a resort or something like that in the summer break.
Right.
So in Nashville, a woman was working her summer job in North Carolina in the Mountain Lodge and was out hiking when authorities said a co-worker attacked her and left her there dead, her lifeless body on the steps of a famed scenic highway.
Ow, man.
So this young woman, of course, shut up. The death at the height of the summer tourism in the Blue Ridge Parkway devastated a group of young seasonal employees who came to work there in the breathtaking vistas and the remote Pisgah Inn, and that's where actually
This is right around the corner from us.
Well, Pisgah is the forest, the national forest. It's huge.
Yes.
Huge, beautiful forest. Is where where I proposed to my wife.
Yes.
But this is an inn located on a highway, and it draws visitors in from all around the world. 5,000 feet in elevation, was named the best national park lodge by USA Today. Unfortunately, this young lady, Sarah Ellis, 29 years old, a cook from Florida, arrived at the inn, was found dead Tuesday after hours. She was reported missing along a near path where they used to the dorms where everyone used to sleep. So she left Florida to go up there to be a cook.
And she was an employee there. She lived in those dorms.
Yep, she lived in those dorms, and then a man accused of killing her. His name was Derek Sean Pendergraft. Is that right? Am I saying that right?
Pendergraft, yeah.
Pendergraft. According to the court documents, Asheville resident has been working as a housekeeper in the inn, the owner said. Pendergraft, who was in custody, initially appearance in federal court on Thursday, second-degree murder charge, which carries a maximum life sentence, blah, blah, blah. So what happened was they finished work at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and Pendergraft said, hey, you want to go for a hike? And Ellis, the female, said, sure, 29 years old, sure. Now, Pendergraft was only 20. So they went for a hike and kind of like walked around and whatnot. It started raining.
Gotcha.
And this is in Asheville, by the way. So she just said, let's go. I want to go back to the place. It's starting to rain. And he said, no, whatever the case may be, and ran into the boss's office a couple hours later and said, hey, Ellis, whatever her name is. Oh, I don't want to say that. That's horrible. The young lady, what's her name? Hold on. Anyways, the young girl she's laying out here dead. We need help. 911. Come to find out, the 911 comes up and the police comes up and the helicopters show up and the ambulance and they take her away. And then a couple hours later, Pendergraft goes into the office and goes, yeah, I killed her. I think what happened was he was trying to make a move on her. And she said, I want to go. It's starting to rain. And this is all speculation in my opinion. Speculation. Yeah. She didn't want to have anything to do with it, and he accidentally killed her. One of those accidental killings and whatnot. So, but yeah, she was
Things weren't going the way the way he wanted them to go.
So yeah, unfortunately, she died. But I know we're talking about summer break. I'm trying to be light. You ready to go light and fluffy?
Yes, let's go light and fluffy for
All
a bit.
right, hold on. Let's go. Let me find this video. You're going to love this video. If you're watching this on the video and stuff on the very bottom of the screen, I want you to see this video. This video is the epitome of kids, you know, us as kids and whatnot. Let's see.
Having a good time in summer?
Having a great time in summer. You know, when you're a kid and you're not allowed to go anywhere, or you don't go to camp or anything, you're allowed to stay at home, and it's a nice rainy day, especially in Florida. Look at this video. Kid's got his goggles on, and the kid in front of him is just sitting there spinning his tires in the mud and kicking. He's just watching it. You see that? Explain.
You know what? I give those kids credit, because those kids are making their own fun. They're not sitting in front of the damn tube with a video controller in their hand. Playing combat.
Explain what's going on.
They looks like they dug a hole and filled the hole with water, where a piece of sidewalk used to be. And the kid has a bike with training wheels. He puts his main back wheel over this puddle of mud water.
Don't move.
Yeah. Puts it over the puddle of mud water, and his front wheel is on the sidewalk, and he gets that thing pedaling, and that back wheel is spinning like a son of a bitch, and this other kid is sitting in the back behind the wheel, and he's sitting, it's kind of like in the fan of like behind a boat as it's going through the water.
Rooster tail.
Yeah, rooster tail. The kid is sitting in this rooster tail of mud and water with a pair of, looks like, his pool goggles are on.
He's loving it. That's the epitome of summer right there, man. I mean,
and that's having fun. That's having fun.
That is having fun. Oh, man. And I remember those days, too. I remember, doing crazy, stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
And the baseball cards. I was talking to someone the other day about baseball cards and the tire spokes. And the guy I was talking to, he's like going, "Hey, man, what are you talking about?" And I'm like going, "Man, you never done the baseball cards in the spokes?"
We used to use playing cards too.
Playing cards, and if you get the Hoyle ones that are like double,
man, they would last forever. 'Cause after a while, the bend would stay in the card.
Right. And the one of my friends down the street, his dad was a machinist or something, had a machine shop in the garage in the house, and he would come up with something better. Yeah, his son had to have something better than anyone in the neighborhood. So he actually found like a good solid piece of plastic and hot welded it to his spokes, to where if you think of a Hoyle card that's completely waxed, and you have this rigid solid.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, and the sound that it made was so much.
Yeah. Like a machine gun.
Like a machine gun.
Speaking of baseball cards, did you ever play match and dematch?
No.
Okay. Well, what we would take a card in our hand, kind of like this, and we would flip it down to the sidewalk.
Okay.
And it either would lay face up, or it would lay with the statistics side up.
Okay.
And then you as the flipper would either say match, or you would say dematch. So if you said match, your partner, not your partner, but the guy you were playing against, had to flip his card, and whatever your card side up was, his card had to come the same way.
Okay.
If it did, he won.
He got that card.
He got that card.
You know what? I hate to say this. We
got both the cards.
We used to play that in junior high. We called it flips.
Flips?
But we didn't use baseball cards.
Yeah, okay.
We used quarters and dollar bills. So we would sit there.
We used to do that against the curb.
Well, now that's pitching pennies.
Yeah, but ours were pennies.
No, we'd flip a quarter, and if it was tails, you would always have to match. Anytime you matched, then look, we're giving bad advice to people. So you flip your quarter.
Don't be gambling.
Stay in school, kids. But yeah, if you flip tails and your partner over there flipped tails, he got the quarter. And you would sit there and he flipped heads, he flipped tails. Guess what? You got the quarter that time.
Yeah. I see. I can see. You could play match and dematch with any two-sided thing.
Yeah, correct. All right, you're listening to Deacon Live.
Especially a woman.
You can. Well, just don't argue over wedding invitations.
No.
Oh, God, what a mess that was.
Don't invite your ex.
All right, you're stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Oh, I really got to pee this time.
Okay, while you're down there.
All right.
Shut up. Stoop ball. Stoop ball, handball. Stick ball, man. Those were the days. Automatics.
Who you talking to?
Oh, I was just thinking, all the games that we stick ball, stoop ball, handball, automatics. Man, oh man.
All right. Ready?
Go ahead.
That's such. I saw that. And I thought that was so funny.
That is great. That is great. I'm wondering when the kid on the bike can say, "Hey, when's it my turn?"
Right. But I mean, that's the classic epitome of summer fun and kids just making fun outside. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. We're located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. I probably said that 4 times while I'm clicking through screens. I forget what I say. So after school programs or during the summer programs, have you ever had to do that as a kid or growing up or anything?
Never had to do that. And I always made sure that my I went to summer. It wasn't a summer camp. It was like a daytime activity thing.
Mm-hmm.
1 year in the summer.
Right.
It was at our town pool, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But no, I've never been to camp. My brother has, and he's got some stories, but I never have.
Well, I've got a story, a small story. When I went to summer camp, and it was a Christian summer camp, and my mom and dad, I don't know what age I was, in between, 10 and 13.
Yeah.
I was at that awkward age where my parents didn't want to deal with it.
Didn't know what to do with you.
Didn't know what to, just get the kid out of town. And my mom, my mom's always like, oh, my baby, I can't leave him. My dad's like, get him the fuck out of here,
Yeah, let him be a man.
So I went to this Christian camp for a couple weeks, I think like 3 weeks. I blinked and I was home, but we had a chlorine gas leak.
Oh.
The day before the parents were supposed to pick everyone up. So there was a chlorine gas leak, and it was a green fog that was floating around the whole entire, literally like a green.
That's so dangerous.
That is very dangerous. And kids that were like unsupervised, they were running around in it like, hey, this is cool, this is cool. All went to the hospital and stuff. Now imagine this. Parent pickup day, kid pickup day. My mom and dad are the first ones there.
Okay.
And they show up to this camp, and there's nobody in the camp because we all got evacuated to a local church. We all slept the night in a gymnasium on cots and
stuff. Get you out of the green fog.
Yeah, get us out of the green fog. And they didn't tell the parents. They were hoping to get us up and out and back before it was, because parent pickup day was 8 o'clock. So they had us up at 6, fed us, dressed us, washed us, ran us through the gymnasium, ran us through the hose, sprayed us down, got us dressed, and was busting us back before 8 o'clock. Meanwhile, my mom and dad show up, of course, at 7 o'clock, and they're walking around going, hello!
What the hell?
Hello! There's nobody there because of the chlorine gas leak.
And your mom saying, see, I told you they sold them. We shouldn't have sent them.
she freaked out, and I came off the bus. I didn't know. I don't know what a chlorine gas leak is. I'm like 10 years old, and I came running.
Do what I'm told.
Yeah, I came running out. My, hugging me so hard, I'm like, oh, I can't breathe, that type thing. And oh my God, it's chlorine gas leak. But one of the after school things that people do, libraries do a lot of stuff for kids, to learn and stuff. They have kids that come in and they kind of, not like a daycare, but they have special events and stuff. Are you ready for this one?
Oh boy.
They actually have drag queens. There's an event where drag queens read
to kids.
To kids. They read books. Now, they're not like the normal books that you would normally read to kids. These are books based on gender and gender equality and whatnot. So I'm going to play this little video here.
And parents bring their kids to listen to this?
This is in Yorkville Library in New York, New York.
That's Yorkville. It sounds like it's upstate.
Okay. I don't know what... You know New York better than I do.
It sounds like it's upstate. It doesn't sound like it's on the island.
So here we go. You ready? And it says, I love it. I wish I had this when I was a kid, is the person who posted this. I wish I had this when I was a kid. Here we go. I turned the mute off because there was other stuff playing. So give me one second.
Yeah. This is the land of...
All right, here we go. I'll start.
Hi. My name is Miss B, and I am a drag queen, and this is Drag Queen Story Hour. Give it up for yourself. Yeah. This is the land of all, and everyone fits in here. Do you see that? They're being nice to the bullies.
Okay, so Miss B, it's always a Miss. Yeah, it's girls, but it's always a Miss B or Miss C or because they don't want to say that the B stands for something dirty or not.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think also too that it is in the city somewhere because it said Yorkville Library, New York, New York.
Right.
And whenever you see that, that means New York City, New York.
Right. So here we go. This is
Hi.
I'm Miss B.
My name is Miss B, and I am a drag queen, and this is Drag Queen Story Hour. Give it up for yourself.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now, in your opinion,
this is the land of all.
Now, in your opinion, as far as drag queens go, scale of 1 to 10, sexy, not sexy? Or...
Not. She got to move her eyes a little bit closer together, I think, and get rid of those buys.
Drag Queen Story Hour is a national program. This thing is,
and everyone fits in here. Do you see that?
That educates kids
They're
about
being nice
gender
bullies.
fluidity.
What color is the frog? Green. The reactions from the kids are hysterical. Does anyone know what a drag queen is? No?
No.
You know what a drag queen is? But they warm up, they get to know who I am. A drag queen is a character you create to express your feminine side or any other side of yourself that you'd like to explore.
I would like to be a superhero.
Yeah, you could be a drag queen superhero.
So,
I wonder if the parents that had to have pre-approval.
If they drop the kids off at the nursery or the library and they say, "Oh, we have a reading hour, a special guest that'll be here,"
Libraries do that a lot for kids that are like preschool age.
Well, these kids in the video,
they look like to be 3-4 years old.
Yeah, preschool age.
What do I want to be?
Yeah. As soon as you start singing songs and having fun together is when they really let loose.
She needs a shave under his armpits.
You put your right hand in, you put your right hand out. Drag Queen Story Hour helps teach kids to...
You put your right hand in and you put nail polish on it?
Accept themselves and let them know that it's okay to be themselves and to be who they are.
No.
And to accept others.
No.
I like the book neither because it's about being nice to other people.
Well,
we do a lot of LGBTQ books, also about gender. This actually touches base and explains a drag queen from, like I said,
you can't do that to kids that are 5-6 years old. They don't know what a gender is.
Right, and you've got to let them experience the world as they experience it. And when they come to you with questions, answer them honestly, on their level.
Right.
You're not going to give if a kid has a question about fractions, you're not going to talk to them about calculus.
Now, I agree with having some kind of something around the puberty age level.
Right.
I agree with that. Between the ages of 11 to 13. And I don't want to say it needs to be a, do you like boys or do you like girls? Tommy. And Tommy's like, I don't really know.
I don't know.
I
And
feel-
right now, I hate girls.
Yeah, I hate everyone right now. My mom never loved me. But I don't know. Maybe not 10 to 13. Maybe high school. Because a lot of people say that I didn't know what I was until I got into high school. And you start experiencing, you got a little bit more freedom.
I think, and when you talk about in terms of freedom,
Mhm.
I think that also means when you hit the age to drive. When and that was one of the things that my parents were most afraid of. I was no longer under their thumb.
Mhm.
When I got in that car, I could go wherever I wanted, I could see whoever I wanted to, and I could be wherever I wanted to be. And they had no control over that. And you know, you have to be prepared before you go out there, and you know that you're going to you might see some stuff like this.
Mhm.
I never did it my age.
Yeah.
I never did.
I mean, I agree with programs out there just to have, you know, the humanities classes or your what other classes that you would have in high school that would teach you kind of this thing outside of science.
Well, outside of science, you're talking about social interaction.
Yeah.
Interacting socially.
No,
it would be like
no,
a
like
psychological.
what class would you take? Because humanities, I remember taking a humanities class.
Okay.
And that would teach you the difference between, you know, different races, different people, and all that stuff.
Humanities is it's a very wide range of topics. And so is sociology, or
Right.
sociological classes.
But that's not offered in high school, not sociology.
No.
Humanities was in high school.
Right. And it's very, what's the word I want to say? It's very not mercuric. But
Vanilla.
Right.
Very vanilla.
Right. It's very even keel.
Well, that's fine, and do it that way, and then go from there when you go to college.
Right. Well, right.
But I do agree with some kind of, you know, I don't feel the same as everyone else. But that's what counselors should be for.
Right.
Oh man, my one counselor, I was having, not to get into my details, but there was a time where I was having problems at home with my dad and whatnot, and I went to my counselor and they're like, what's wrong, you know, Deacon? And I said, well, my dad, you know, he came in my room the other night, and hold on.
Yeah.
He was there was something wrong with him. And he woke me up and got in my face and said, you know, what are you smoking? He was so worried about me doing drugs.
Yeah.
Worried about me.
Yeah.
And that is totally not my character, but he was so worried about me doing drugs. He, you know, went on a bender and whatnot and came in and literally was shaking me going, you know, what drugs are you on? And I'm like going, I don't know, Mom, help. I have no idea what's going on.
And after he watched the Johnny Carson, then he said, all teenagers are smoking something or doing something.
But I went to my counselor the next day and I'm telling him this, and you know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? And my counselor, he's an older man at the time, and he was like going, well, you don't know what my dad did to me. He was bawling in front of me. I'm like going,
story.
And I was like going, oh, all right, I'm sorry. And I literally, Mr. Cecil, I'm wrapping my arm around. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mr. Cecil. I didn't know that you had these problems. I guess mine's not so big compared to yours. I mean, so I, you know, completely, I just kind of brushed it off like, okay, that's what happened, and carried on with my life. Meanwhile, Mr. Cecil, I'm sitting there going, okay, tell me about your dreams, you know, and I've got my flip book, and he's laying on the couch.
Well, I mean, you know you're not smoking or doing anything wrong, and bing, bang, boom.
Yeah, so
leave it alone. You know what? Dad'll get over it.
But I had no one to talk to because my mom was working 24/7.
My mom was paranoid. I mean, it was always, you're not doing any drugs, are you? You're not smoking any of that stuff, are you? I mean, it was like every other day.
And
who are you hanging around with?
And my uncle, who used to watch me when I get home from school, I mean, couldn't talk to him. He just wanted to watch wrestling.
Yeah.
But my dad, you know, anyway, so that's my little story there.
That's paranoid parents.
Paranoid parents. You know who else is paranoid? Oh God, I know. We talked a little bit about this is what a segue this is. So we talked a while back. I told you about a friend of mine who married a Filipino woman, right?
My best friend in California, his brother is married to his second Filipino. just to let you know.
What happened to the first one?
Well, the first one he got rid of. The second one,
now when you say get rid of, like get rid of.
No, they divorced.
Okay, they divorced.
Yeah.
Now, why did they divorce?
I guess they disagreed about things.
What side of the banana to peel?
Which end to start at?
So the second, I guess he's got all right.
And they've been together for a long time. They've got a couple of kids.
Now,
and blah, blah, blah.
when you say Filipino, where's your best friend at? In California?
Yes.
Okay, so is this a Americanized Filipino?
His brother is also in California. And how he got into the Filipino girls was he was in the Marines.
Okay.
And he was stationed in the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a taste for Filipino girls.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier, about there's a certain quality, there's a certain
Asian quality.
No, not Asian quality. There's a certain stereotype male that goes for these type of people. Do you remember what I was talking about?
Yes, I do remember. Yeah.
And does he fit that profile?
No, I would never have thought. I mean, he was a good-looking guy. I don't think he ever had. He had problems with the law when he was young.
All right. So, and we talked about my friend, who I said he fits the profile.
Yeah.
Of a male, American male who marries. I mean, straight on. I mean, he went out to the island and married. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. What did I say?
I have 20 minutes of bad luck.
What's my rule?
The rule is never open a beer and put it down.
Because
when you open it up, you need to take a sip, and then you can put it.
Because why did you even open it?
Well, you're right. Why did I bother to open it if I was just gonna put the motherfucker down?
Okay, sorry. So a friend of mine went to the Philippines and married a woman straight off the island. I mean, had the whole Hawaiian pizza thing and all that stuff at the wedding.
Okay.
So this gentleman had an actual secret family. This gentleman had a secret family and had 3 kids with his second family, and his second family was in Thailand. Now he is, if you're looking at the picture, hold on.
Wow.
Don't look at him. So there's a stereotype of a person, male, that goes and marries a Thai bride or marries someone of Asian descent. It's always a older gentleman.
Okay.
All right, with glasses, kind of maybe pudgy, kind of pasty, balding, wants a submissive woman for whatever reason.
Okay, now my buddy's friend is none of those things.
He's tall, black, and handsome?
No, the only thing he's not is black.
Okay. So, does he have a full head of hair?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, but no, he doesn't anymore.
Okay. But
he did.
All right. So, but there's you always see, anytime you see an Asian woman, I mean, you can tell an Asian woman from an Americanized.
Of course.
And there's always that stereotype. So this gentleman here, let's see, hold on. This woman, Thai bride, wins a battle to share secret relationship with his U.S. economist on Facebook. So this gentleman here is a U.S. economist. And he traveled to and from Thailand all the time. And he was married to this woman, not the Thai woman, but he was married to this woman for a long time. His first wife in 1991, before meeting, here, put your glasses on. I want you to read this, because this word is fun to say. Wai pa porn tek hung ma. You see it? Read it. Well,
we pa porn tikungam.
All right.
In Bangkok.
In Bangkok, and there's the kicker in that. So we palm porn in Bangkok in 2001. He began a relationship with her. He said he loved her and gave her an engagement ring and told her she was the perfect age to bear his children. Can you imagine that? Hey, you're perfect. I'll have some.
I don't know if I can have any, but you're perfect there.
You're perfect. He visited her every time he traveled to Southeast Asia in January 2004 after meeting her parents and paying the, what's this word right here?
A dowry.
What's a dowry?
A dowry is something that you give to the parents as a gift.
Okay.
For giving them their daughter.
They got, quote unquote, married in a ceremony in Thailand. Although the Miss Miss Teak knew he already had a wife, and so they had triplets in 2008, and they took his name, which is Mr. Here we go. Jesus Christ.
Higginbotham.
Higginbotham was his last name. So they took his name. But after a while, they broke up in 2009, and she wanted child support, and he wouldn't do it. So at 5 years later, she started posting all his pictures of them, which is this picture right here, if you're watching this on the video thing.
Loving that.
Is him with the triplets. So I'm tagging him on his Facebook page. And
I think it's great.
Now, granted, him and his wife at the time in 2009, actually, what's his name? The economist, Higginbotham actually was getting a divorce from his wife in 2009.
In the United States.
In the United States.
Okay.
So, but she wanted child support from him, Miss. God damn, these fucking names. Miss T. The Thai lady wanted child support.
Right.
From him in the United States. So yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. But he had a secret family. 8,000 miles away, and but you know,
I'll bet you there's more of that going on than we really think. Especially executives and not CEOs, but I mean upper echelon people that have to travel, especially overseas travel, for any length of time. Like every other month or every 3 months or whatever.
Well, I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story about a young gentleman working for a production company, and a young gentleman working for a production company who used to travel and has been on almost every major city in the United States. And this young gentleman would have a girlfriend in every city in the United States, major city. Now, granted, these girls would be married or not married or whatever.
Yeah, so they were happy with seeing him whenever.
Right? Hey, when you going to be back in town again? When you be back in town? So when you say these executives, they fly all over, they have a community of bitches lined up. Lined up. Yeah. I mean, for the most part. Now, granted, the way I word the...
Like a girl in every port.
Right. The way I phrased the statement that I made, it wasn't me. But I traveled with a guy. He was about 6'7", black gentleman, very physically, very fit, and whatnot. And he would say, when we were done with our gigs and stuff, and he was like I'm going, hey man, I'm gonna hit the bars and stuff. He's like, no man, I gotta go see Denise. I gotta go see, no matter what town we were in. Yeah, he was texting, all right, I gotta go see Samantha. I gotta go see whoever. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then like the next day on the flight back, he would show me like the naked pictures, and I'm like,
oh boy.
And the girls weren't that pretty, but they were just like a notch on his belt, a stamp on his card.
Yep. And I'm not going to be back for a little while, so
right.
On to the next.
It was on to the next. And you know what? One thing that's happening this week is a big week for people that like to sit there and watch TV. People wait for it. It's almost the equivalent of having the McRib. People wait for the McRib all year long.
Okay.
This week coming up.
Would that be tennis?
No. It's even more exciting than tennis.
The All-Star game?
It's deadlier than the All-Star game. And I'm going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Right when we come back.
No more guesses.
Stick around. We'll be right back after this.
I gotta change my ass for a minute. Oh. Oh.
Doing okay?
Yeah. Just fine.
Yeah, I hear that a lot from her. Same phrase.
Just fine? Yeah.
I'm like, oh, now I know where I get it. You get it.
I said that all my life. And so did her mother.
I gotta pee again. All right.
Yes.
We got about 2 more segments left.
Oh, no problem.
And then we'll be done.
Then I'm on vacation for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot we were going to be able to get this weekend.
Well, there you go.
See, that bulb is out now.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know if it recharges or can you put another battery in that? Or no?
Yeah, but the batteries probably cost more than the light does.
Just buy a new light then, right?
Well, I got another one over here. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Proper Radio. Give us a call at the station at 407-448-8800. Text us live at any time at 407-448-8800. Make sure you go down to the Be Heard section at the bottom of the screen, and you can send a message, and we get it right here at the studio. Over on my right-hand side is Teacher Man.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, and let's see. Whew. Oh God! So it's a brand new week coming up as far as something exciting, something better than everyone looks for it. A lot of people just I don't know, they get carried away with it, and it's. You watch regular TV at all?
Yes.
All right, and have you noticed any of the AMC? What's the movie channels and stuff?
And I think I know what you're talking about.
Is there something playing on a loop right now?
I saw a commercial
for
it was with Shaq O'Neal.
And what's he doing? What's that dumbass doing?
He said they asked me to do Shaq Week.
Did he say it wrong?
Well, no, but they have him going into dressing, getting ready for, and he's got this nice tux on. I'm all ready to go.
Right.
All ready to go. Shaq Week. I didn't think they wanted to do something like a Shaq Week, but I'm all up for it. And they all come over, they start tearing his clothes off, and they're putting a wetsuit on him and a snorkel on him and a mask.
So when you say Shaq Week, it's actually...
Shark Week.
Yeah. A lot of people live and die by the Shark Week thing.
Yeah.
Now, on a side note, with Shaquille O'Neal, you know he bought a new yacht?
Do I know anything about, what, New York?
No. Almighty. Dude, is my accent that bad? That Shaq said he bought a new yacht.
A new yacht?
So
do I know anything about the new yacht? New York?
Shaq bought a new yacht.
No, I did not know
And he
that.
posted it on Twitter. Hey, everyone, I want everyone to name my new toy. And someone actually texted in or emailed him back saying, why don't you call it free throws? That way it'll never sink. Because he can't.
That's a good one.
He can't sink a free throw. So yeah, Shark Week's coming out. You excited? Are you excited?
Well, I don't know how much. You know what? I'm going to be in New York with my mother.
I've never seen Shark Week, by the way.
Well, I'll tell you what. You need to.
No.
Why? Oh, if you haven't, you
it
need
doesn't
to.
interest me at all.
Oh.
The sharks?
I was fascinated with sharks when I was younger.
Were you really?
Yes.
No, I didn't get into all that.
Fascinated.
Well, guess what? They've got a new song, theme song, that I'm gonna play. This is the new theme song. You ready?
To remind you.
Hold on, let's start it over. You ready?
Hey guys, it's me, and I just wanted to remind you that I'm scared of sharks. 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 They'll bite ya. Sharks. 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 They'll bite ya. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. 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 Stay away, shark. I don't wanna get my leg
It's not bad, right?
Shark. 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 Stay away, shark. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen. Sharks are fast, sharks are mean. Sharks will bite you in the spleen.
So there you go.
Stay away, shark. I don't wanna get my leg bit off by a shark. Shark, 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 shark.
So this is a blonde-headed
Stay
girl
away, shark.
on the water and stuff.
Very cool. Very cool.
She's making fun of Shark Week. I'm just letting you know. So Shark Week.
But you know what? You're right. It is a very big deal for a lot of people.
It is a big deal.
I don't know how much I would get to watch with Mom,
Well,
she doesn't know the characters.
Well, I mean, there's only and they do the megalodon shark and all that other bull crap, and I don't know. I just never got into sharks. I mean, I understand. I fear for them. Believe me, by all means, I fear for them.
And by the way, they're making the last, thank Christ, Sharknado.
Really?
Yes.
What number is this one?
I think it's 6.
6?
Yes. And this is it.
That's it, huh?
Yes, it's right out of Ian Ziering's mouth himself.
So this is earrings. Yeah, because he's probably sad because this has been a paycheck that's been paying for his problems for a long time.
Yeah.
So anything, something else that's going away that came back. Do you remember we were talking about the Polish hot dog leaving the Costco menu?
Tell me they got enough complaints that it's coming back.
They're not.
Good.
They're not. The Polish hot dog's going to be gone. And they actually sent someone out. Business Insider sent someone out there to look at the new menu items that they have. So, and they did a review. Look at this lady scratching her butt. What is she doing?
I think she's trying to steal her own wallet.
You know what she's trying to do? She asked for a water cup. She's going to the soda fountain. So here we go. The new items that have been added to the Costco menu is let's see, hold on. New items is a plant-based protein, a pasture salad? What's a pasture salad?
Al Pastor.
Al Pastor.
By the way, you would like that. That's loaded with meat.
All right,
Al Pastor.
So an Al Pastor salad is a plant-based protein and an acai bowl with fresh fruit and granola. So here we go.
By the way, that's acai berry. Acai.
That's not acai?
No.
All right. Well, tell it to
You'll never order that.
Tell it to my pyramid scheme that's been trying to me to buy the freaking bowls. All right, so we visited Costco in Brooklyn, New York, where they had the Al Pastor salad and the acai bowl. Were added to the menu instead of the Polish hot dog. Here we go. The salad itself was flattened from being stored in such a tight container. It didn't look that exciting, but it cost $4.99. So there's a picture of the thing if you're watching
That's
this on
the Al Pastor salad.
Yeah, the Al Pastor. If you're watching the video, you can see it down below. And let's see. The salad came with a plant-based soy protein, chopped lettuce, romaine, black beans, fresh vegetables. What's this right here? What's that word?
Banh mi. Banh mi vegetables.
What are banh mi?
Banh mi is they're Thai vegetables, the way they're cut.
Okay. So Beyond Meat vegetables and vegan dressing on the side. It doesn't say what the dressing is, but anyways. So to my surprise, the person that was writing this article, there was a ton of fresh carrots, peppers, olives, other vegetables hitting under layers and layers of lettuce and soy and protein. So they enjoyed it. The dressing was rich. The dressing was rich and creamy. All the flavors complemented one another. The salad was flavorful, satisfying, and even though it looked pretty bland when I first opened it, the container, it was really, really good. So the salad could easily have been easily topped at any fast food restaurant or concession stand, but it was fresh, flavorful, and surprising. So it wasn't very appealing as far as the display, but the actual taste and not the presentation, but the flavor and stuff was good.
So, but what basically what they're doing is what we've been talking about with them. They're offering another choice.
Right.
I mean, that beats the hell out. If you're a vegan, that beats the hell out of a Polish sausage.
Well, that's what they were, Costco is getting very, very, a lot of, what's the keto and the non-sugar and the plan for one, the 30, the World 30, what's the goddamn recipes that are out there right now? Everyone wants to have no sugar, no fat, no, the
gluten-free.
The gluten-free, all that stuff.
Yeah. It's a healthy diet.
It's a healthy diet, and you can buy a lot of that stuff from Costco.
Right.
And so when you bring those people in that are buying all these, meat-frees and that, you need to have something at the concession stand that reflects that.
And especially with Whole Foods possibly coming to the area, and they're going to come to the area in force, they want to be able to compete with them. You know?
with Amazon and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, second thing, I tried this thing is really, really bothering me. It's giving me like split. You know, again, another word my wife uses all the time. I know where she gets it now. I tried the acai. What's it called? Acai bowl next. I had pretty high expectations because of how good the salad was. Unfortunately, the store I went to said the granola had honey in it, so it was not vegan. All right, so I got that. Why isn't honey vegan?
It's produced by bees.
All right, so nothing animal made?
No.
So
nothing produced by an animal.
Call me crazy, but aren't most of the vegetables and fruit pollinated? They're made by secondary,
grown by man.
No.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, for example, if you have fruits and stuff, what's the definition between a fruit and a vegetable? A fruit has a flower that's pollinated, and then a product comes out. Correct?
Yes.
So, like your cucumbers, tomatoes have a flower.
Right.
So the flowers are pollinated by a insect.
Well, they can be pollinated by the wind.
Okay, but so they say that honey is made by a bee,
but it's produced by the bee. It's not. In other words, the honey itself is made by the bee.
Okay.
The vegetable.
How is it made by the bee?
Well, they take the pollen and then they change it. They change it into honey. Now, when the bee pollinates a flower, it's just a transferring vehicle.
Okay.
It's called a pollinator.
All right.
The bee acts as a pollinator, or the.
That's a really, really fine line.
That's
a really, really fine line.
They are not producing the end fruit.
But if it wasn't for that thing, that animal, that insect, whatever, we wouldn't have fruit.
Yes. And something else, just a little aside. If we were to lose the pollinating bee population,
I know the whole world would die.
Right,
the whole world would die.
The human race wouldn't last 8 years.
No, I still got frozen. Still got frozen cow on the freezer there. All right, so because it had honey in it, it was not vegan. So I got extra berries instead, is what the writer says from Business Insider. Jessica Tyler is her name. So I'm calling it the acai berry or the acai. So
okay,
you can
that's fine.
Everyone knows what I'm saying because we're all rednecks.
Okay,
all right.
problem.
The acai bowl, which cost $4.99, looked more like soft serve ice cream than a traditional acai bowl.
It looked like a sundae.
Yeah. If you look at the picture here on the website here, texture was pretty much similar to ice cream. All right, so soft serve ice cream. I love that Costco used tons of fresh berry instead of frozen fruit, which that's good. That's good.
Yes.
The acai berry mix tastes artificially, and it was sugary. It reminded me of the syrups and stuff that you have in sweetened iced coffee. How would you know that unless you go to Starbucks all the time? There, Miss Lady, whatever your name is. So the salad was good, but it wasn't that good. So I guess the verdict is, even though the acai bowl was more like ice cream, I was impressed with both new additions to the menu. So I guess they're agreeing with the acai bowl and the al pastor salad at Costco. I guess it's a big hit to a certain extent. I guess.
And that's in Brooklyn.
That is in Brooklyn.
That's in Brooklyn.
That's a tough crowd. They're a tough crowd.
That's right. New Yorkers are hard on everything, or the New Yachters, maybe I should say.
So you're talking about like the soccer mom that goes to Chick-fil-A all the time, and now in Central Georgia now can get her acai berry, frozen salad, fruit, vegetable, whatnot at Costco, and not feel bad for the little kids that she's bringing there while she's buying the 2 pounds of the Kirkland hot dogs at the same time.
Yeah, no, she's not going to feel bad. Probably because she's going to Chick-fil-A just for the convenience on the way to school to give those kids something for breakfast because she was too damn lazy to cook it.
All right, on a side note, speaking of lazy, ding! Chick-fil-A is now creating to-go meals. Did you see that?
To-go meals.
That's very vague. Sorry. You know what Blue Apron is?
Oh, I know it. Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
So they're using
where they're going to box things up, send them to the house, and you're going to prepare them.
Right. So Chick-fil-A will now be offering. I'm going to touch on this, and I'm going to go on to something else. They're using their chicken with a package of, if you want chicken parmesan, they will give you all the ingredients to make chicken parmesan. So you bring the whole kid home with the Chick-fil-A chicken.
Whoa.
And make their own chicken parmesan. I know. Chef Tell over there.
Listen, I can make a chicken parmesan that'll make your grandmom sing from the grave.
But
honest to goodness,
they're doing that. They're doing a chicken.
I don't need fucking Chick-fil-A's chicken.
Well, a lot of people do when they're on the go, and it's a proximity in the same price as if two people like me and you go and sit at Chick-fil-A and have like the grilled chicken sandwich and stuff. It's approximately the same price. So they're doing a meals to go on that.
Right.
So,
the world's getting too complicated.
It is getting complicated.
Too complicated, Deacon.
You can go and get your own meals from somewhere, but they're competing with the to-go orders and stuff. And you know what? Someone else is competing. You ever eaten at Buffalo Wings? I love chicken wings. I love chicken wings. I love them. I love them.
I love wings too.
I love them so much.
Now, what are you talking about? Have I ever eaten buffalo wings? Of course I have.
When I said Buffalo Wings, I meant eaten at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Buffalo? No, I have not.
They're all over the place. They're all over the place, and they actually popped up close to the ranch, the Franch.
Really?
And my wife and myself ate there one night, and we, we're like,
dickhead.
Well, we ate there like when it first opened up, and we got a couple beers and stuff, and I got like fried pickles, and I got like 20 wings, and she got like 20 wings, and like a side of something else. The bill was like $89.
What?
It's stupid crazy.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah, it's stupid crazy there. So we never went back. I mean, it was horrible. Now, granted, I probably had three pitchers. 3 pitchers of beer. And she probably had probably 2 or 3 mixed drinks, and then Uber.
Okay, who drove home?
Well, we did Uber.
A good man.
Yep, did Uber. I was just gonna say because I know that was your next question. But yeah, I mean, $90-something. I mean, even if a pitcher of beer was like $5, $6,
if
$7.
I spent $87 on, I'd have to have 2 more pitchers.
So, Buffalo Wild Wings is coming up with this whole new sauce wall. Yes, a sauce wall. And a pour-it-yourself beer wall. Draft beer wall.
Let me ask you something.
Sure.
Is there sauce wall? Have you ever been to Tijuana Flats?
Yes.
Is that what you would consider a sauce wall?
No, I consider Tijuana Flats a step above, like 3 steps above, and they're throwing shit down on Buffalo Wild Wings, the leftovers and stuff. Tijuana Flats is a higher tier.
I love Tijuana Flats.
Because they have a carousel. Don't they have a carousel at some places? They have a carousel of all the sauces that they have.
Oh, that you can buy. But they have, usually they have a wall with all of the, and they have all the labels
pumps.
up there, and
They're
they have
pumps.
the pumps that you can put in the sauce container.
Yep. So yeah, Buffalo Wild Wings has come up with this sauce wall. I don't know what it looks like. They didn't show any pictures, but the beer, the self-pour beer, is you have to put some kind of credit card thing in the slot. It verifies your age. It's a digital screen. And you're punching on the digital screen what you want, what beer, and it comes out of the tap, and you sit there and wait for it. And I watched the video, and it's like 3, 2, 1. Can someone just serve me this?
Yeah.
Can I
really?
just ask for this? And then you pull your little card out. It's like a one of those value shopper cards. It's the size of a credit card or a driver's license. You pull it out, and you can go back and sit at your table. You know what? And then you go, if you want another one, you got to walk all the way back to the wall again.
Wait in line.
No, there's like 15 screens, and you put your card back in it, and then you sit and you have to find what you want again. I want this and this and this, and you sit there. It's almost the equivalent of if you ever been to like Burger King or McDonald's, and you're not stealing the soda.
Yeah.
You ever seen the soda machine where it's got all the 50 different flavors, and you're sitting there like going,
Yes,
I
I
like
have.
that one last time, and you're hitting the thing, and you're like going, what the fuck did I get last time? No, I don't want no carb, low soda, no caffeine, water, and
a lot of the fast food joints are going to them. And you know what? I have used them on several occasions in different joints. And sometimes I have gotten sodas where, and I usually, honest to goodness, I usually get the Coke free. Just the regular Coke free.
No, you can't get the Coke free. You have to pay for it.
No, but no. What I'm saying.
That's what happened to the other girl. She was trying to get Coke free, and she got the shit beat out of her.
You turnball. But the Coke Zero, okay?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry.
All right.
I wasn't getting it free. But, and I've gotten at times where it tastes like another soda.
Can I get a
tab? It tastes like Dr. Pepper. I want a water cup. It tastes like Dr. Pepper or it tastes like cherry cola.
Really?
Well, yes, because another soda had poured through that before me. And then when my soda came through, it washed what was in the tube into my cup. Now I'm thinking, now suppose the guy before you gets a Bud Lime, okay, and then you come along and you want a Mr. Miller,
right?
I say, my fucking beer tastes like lime. Well, that's because the schmo before you got the Bud Lime.
Well, that's how the Dum Dums come up with the the Dum Dums suckers. That's how they come up with their mystery flavors when they change batches.
Right. Hey, listen, I want to tell you something.
Okay, go ahead.
And I know if you hadn't been there yourself,
Uh-huh.
my daughter took you there.
Where?
To Petty's Meat Market,
Uh-huh.
where they had the free draft beer while you shopped.
Yeah.
Was that awesome or what? Well, you just walked up.
Yeah, but it was natural light.
Who the hell cares? It was free.
Yeah.
You know, at least I didn't get the shit beat out of me for asking for a free cup and then going to the beer thing and I'm going to get this for free.
You know who needs the shit beat out of him?
Natural light.
The guy. You know who Guy Fieri is?
Yes.
Are you a fan of his or?
I love Guy Fieri.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. And a matter of fact, I'm even going to say this on the air. He reminds me at times of you.
I know. I get that all the time. We had the same shaped head. When he first came out, I dyed my.
And you laugh. You guys laugh the same.
And our personalities are almost equivalent. My wife says that all the time. We had the same shaped head. I dyed my hair blonde when he first came out.
And you know what, people absolutely, you should be complimented because people absolutely love that guy.
It's both ways. A lot of people hate him. He thinks he's a fucking douchebag.
Oh, really?
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, as many people that love him and think he's, the bee's knees and the cat's PJs, the pussy pajamas.
Cat's meow.
Yeah, he is. People cannot stand him.
Really?
How many restaurants does he have, though? He's got at least two or three, right?
He's got several. I think maybe even 4. Johnny Garlic's is the one that sticks in my mind.
Well, guess what? It's going to stick in your mind right now. If you go down to Disney, in the Disney area in Celebration, he's opening up a new restaurant.
No kidding.
Yes. You know what it's called? It's so stupid. It's called Chicken Guy.
Chicken Guy.
Chicken Guy. And it's meant to compete with Chick-fil-A and those chicken restaurants that have a strong hold in the South United States, Southeast United States, and everything on the menu is under $8. Everything.
Chicken's in, man. Chicken's in.
Yeah.
And chicken's cheap.
Chicken is cheap.
Yeah. Aye.
There's a place here in. Have you eaten at Tenders yet? Here in the Charlotte area?
No, I don't get to Charlotte very often.
Only when you come up to do the studio.
Well, I mean, no, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about downtown Charlotte where the restaurants are and all that shit. I never get to that part. Of course, we're in downtown, and I get here, but I don't go anywhere else.
Yeah. Well, there's a restaurant that's called Tenders, and Tenders, everything in there.
Is that with a Z?
No, with a regular S, and there's everything in their cooler. They have no freezers. Let's put it this way. There's no freezers.
Okay.
And everything that they make, chicken-wise, is fresh. It's delivered that morning. When they cook everything, it's cooked, and if they run out, they run out.
Suppose they have leftover.
If they have leftover, I don't know what happens to it, but it doesn't get carried over to the next day. If it does,
hopefully they donate it and give it to a church or a soup kitchen or something like that.
If it does get carried over the next day, I think there's probably a rule. I don't know what I'm spitballing here. What the rule is as far as chicken being carried over the next day if it's stored properly. Now, Tenders is kind of like one of those restaurants where it's branched out and created franchises, and the franchises are called PDQ, which is pretty damn quick.
Yeah.
And again, the same thing. My wife and I have eaten it over the North Lake Mall, over by Lowe's where we used to live over in Huntersville.
Right.
And she had it, and she's like going, I will never eat like Chick-fil-A, or granted, convenience-wise, she has to.
Yeah.
But she was like, this is so much better than Chick-fil-A and whatnot.
Now, I got to ask.
Uh-huh.
When we say tenders, now, when I think of chicken, I don't think of tenders.
Right.
I don't buy tenders very often. I buy breast, and I buy thighs.
Hail.
But I mean, when you say tenders, is it the chicken tenders?
It is the chicken tender, and they make the sandwiches out of the chicken breasts, like Chick-fil-A would have.
But they take the tenders out and use that. They don't use the breast.
Well, you can do it two ways. You can have a chicken sandwich,
okay,
like Chick-fil-A, or you can have the chicken tenders. Now, the name of the place that originally started was called Tenders. So I don't know I've never eaten there.
Okay.
But I've eaten at the branch, the franchises that have come off of that, and it's called, PDQ, and it's the same concept, just a little bit more up to date as far as.
That was just for my own information.
I'll tell you what. You remember when we went to Culver's?
Yes.
And we had the fresh meat?
Yes.
And you could taste the difference?
Oh, of course.
It's the same exact thing for chicken on that level. Everything that they get, they don't order enough for the week. They get orders every day as far as like fresh deliveries and stuff.
You know what I'm not so sure about anymore is talking about fresh meat is Wendy's. They say their meat is never frozen. But yet I don't know. I don't know.
Wendy's in 2015, 2016 has actually spent over, I think I read the article, it was $6.7 million to make sure they invested strictly in their chicken market to buy the correct chicken and whatnot. So they have spent a lot of money to improve the quality of their chicken as well.
I'm not talking chicken. I'm talking about their hamburgers. I don't think their
hamburgers are kind of like stuffed off to the side now.
Yeah, I think so too, because I don't think they're cooked fresh like
the hamburgers
like they used to be.
They're not frozen still.
Well, I don't know.
They might be choosing a different part of the meat or where they're getting their meat from, but it's still not frozen. That's part of their commercial.
I'll take your word for it.
Now, unless you want to go behind the scenes, I can hook it up. I got a guy.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I always loved Wendy's. I mean, because it was fresh.
That's like before Chick-fil-A and all them came around. As far as burger joints, I don't want to say if you're poor. If you were poor, you went to McDonald's. If you had a little bit more money, you went to Burger King. If you had a little bit extra money, you would go to Wendy's. And if you didn't want Wendy's, Burger King, or McDonald's, then you would go to like Hardee's. And Hardee's never really fit in Florida. Never really.
I'll tell you what. I loved Hardee's. I loved me some Hardee's. There was a Hardee's in New York behind Smithtown Mall, and I'm telling you what, they grilled their burgers on a fire grill. Some bitch.
Well, when we come back, I'm gonna teach you about some new kitchen tools to help you improve the way you eat or the way you get at your food.
Why don't you quiz me, because I am the teacher man.
Okay, stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm not sweating anymore.
Ever.
No, that is in my plan. But yes, while you're going, I will.
I'm going to take 2 seconds and feed the
Hey,
horses.
take as long as you want.
I got to feed the horses.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll come just take a walk myself.
Take a walk. Hey, you know how to feed the dogs?
Well, I mean.
You want to feed the horses and I feed the dogs?
No. I know Doodle gets a canned food that's dumped on the mat. The dogs
get just a couple in their.
A cup of food
in their bowl.
Dry in the bowl.
And Gabby gets half a can in the existing bowl that she has.
A half a can, and don't add anything else to the bowl. Just give her a half. Okay, that I can do. Hey, I'm using them. Hey, my cigar's still here.
No, I gave it to the kids next door. Hey guys, I'm gonna put some lights on for you so you can freak out. Oops. There we go. Boop. We'll be right back.
don't you turn this on? Okay. Ooh. Everybody's fed and happy. Yeah.
Good?
Everybody's fed and happy.
Good. All right. We'll leave that on. That's kind of fun.
And matter of fact, Doodle's already in.
Good.
She finished hers and came in.
Is that light bothering you over there or no?
No, not at all.
Good.
No. Kind of like it. It's different. I just need to smoke a joint and or take a hit of LSD and I'll be fine.
So sorry about that, guys. We had to do for whatever reason, they were trying to do a sales meeting here in the middle of our show. So we had to take if you're watching the video, there's like a span of maybe 20, 30 minutes. Oh, there you go.
Plus, every once in a while, we need a bathroom break.
So you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. My name is the Deacon. Over to my far right-hand side is High Whistling Teacher Man.
I don't know. Yeah, High Whistling. I guess so.
You doing okay? You got it?
I guess now
You're under control?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Fine, no.
Give us a call. We're live in the Queen City studio located in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina. We were talking about some kitchen tools that you can't live without.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
You know what? I got one thing to say before you start.
Oh, God, here we go.
I would love those peelers that you have. Those are kitchen tools you can't live without.
Well, I
hope that was one of them.
No, I saw that on a infomercial or something a long time ago. They're called Titan. T-I, like the Nissan Titan.
T-A-N. T-I-T-A-N.
Okay, and they're Swiss made.
Okay.
And they come in a 2-pack, and it's on as seen on TV shelf.
Okay.
And one has a julienne which we don't use too much because it gets kind of clogged up. I mean, really gets clogged up because the blades are so sharp. But the other one that does the slicing literally just goes right underneath the skin of whatever you're peeling. Cucumbers, zucchinis.
It just takes the stuff off that you don't want. It doesn't dig into the meat.
And I thought it was a bunch of crap.
Till you used it.
And I used it, and it was perfect. It was perfect. You know what else is perfect? Do you ever eat seafood?
I love seafood.
What's the biggest complaint that you have when you eat seafood? Now, when you eat seafood, I'm talking like shellfish, like crabs and lobsters and stuff like that. What's the biggest thing, the biggest complaint, the hardship of eating this delicate, buttery meat?
The biggest complaint or thing that I have is when you're eating that luscious piece of lobster and then boing, you hit on a piece of that shell.
Okay.
That sucks. And also, too, I like a shrimp peeler, but I would like a better shrimp peeler.
You know what? You know what hasn't come around in a long time. When you go to a lobster restaurant or a crab restaurant, what do they give you as far as like the tools and stuff to undo the shrimp or the crab?
It's like a nutcracker.
Yeah, and it hasn't really evolved in such a long time.
No,
that's the only reason why I hate eating. Oh, I did bad thing. Broke my own rule. Hold on.
Oh boy. Bad luck for 20 minutes.
Don't tell me that, because we have 20 minutes left of the show.
Well, that's good. Then you won't have anything happen.
So,
if you want another show beer, I'll go down and get it.
No. So the main thing is, I can't break the snow crab legs because sometimes they boil. You've seen them where they boil them and the shells are kind of soggy now. You can't really crack them.
Too soft.
They're too soft. Well, Homie Shack. Homie, it literally is. If you're looking on the video feed here, Homie Shack has come up with this new design. It's one of those. Homie Shack is one of those places where you get all the new devices, all the stuff that you need to fix or to do anything. And look at this. This is crab legs.
I learned something new.
All right, so we'll turn this up a little bit. So it's kind of like a scissors, but it's a reverse set of scissors. And see how he's cracking it, and it cuts the shell,
but not the meat.
But not the meat. Here, look, it's like a reverse set of scissors.
Yeah, see him moving backwards.
Look, perfect. All the meat comes
Wow.
out. All the meat comes out. I'm gonna play that again. No, don't shut the fuck up. I don't want to play that. We'll play it again. Ready? See, look, crab leg, meat intact.
Wow.
And it's got kind of like a hook on it.
Yeah, and look at it, grabs that bottom claw. Oh.
So I'll put this up on the Deacon Live blog section of our, and see, look, the meat comes out completely, and it's like I said, it's like a reverse. So that's one thing that you need if you're a big, spiny lobster season right now is in Florida.
Yeah.
So everyone, I'm seeing all these pictures on Facebook, and everyone's getting the spiny lobsters. And for those of you that don't know, spiny lobsters don't have
claws.
They don't have claws. They have like all these tentacles and feelers and stuff. And as long as you can get them in, that you're not allowed to physically pick them up. The law is, you ready for this? You're not allowed to physically pick them up and put them in the bag, the bug bag. They use a tickler. You have to tickle. They have to go in the bag on their own recognizance.
They'd have to do it on their own.
They have to do it on their own.
But you know what? That's new. Because when I used to scuba dive, and I'm talking back in the 70s and early 80s,
right?
We used to lobster quite a bit off Pelican Flats, which is about, it's in the Gulf Stream. It's about 24 miles out of Merritt Island.
Right.
Now, if you were down...
This is all in Florida, right?
This is all in Florida.
Okay.
Now, if you were down in the West Palm Beach area where my in-laws lived, the Gulf Stream is 1.5 miles offshore. What a difference. But that's what we would lobster, and we would find a reef, and we'd go down, and we would grab them. We'd go right in the hole and grab them, pull them out, put them in the bag.
Yeah, you're not allowed. I don't think you're allowed to grab them anymore.
That may be new. I don't know.
Yeah. All right. So here's another thing. Here's my biggest thing. When you have a loaf of fresh bakery bread, teacher man.
Okay.
And you take a big old slice off of it. What's the one thing you want to put on it? Like a nice, like if you have a loaf, brand new.
I want to put butter on it.
Okay, and if you haven't planned on butter,
It's like a rock.
It's like a rock. Exactly. And I can't stand that because what happens when you put the butter?
Tears the shit out of the
It
bread.
tears the shit out of the bread. Well, here's another invention that's called hold on, what's it called? The butter grater. So if you're looking here on I'm going to turn the thing up here. So it's kind of like how would you describe it? It's like a reverse pepper grinder.
Yeah, except it grinds up, and you put the butter inside.
You put the butter in the center, and if you're looking on the video here, you can see this. You put a stick of butter in the center, and you screw the top back on, and as you twist it, it's almost like a cheese grater on the top.
It pushes it up, and it gets, oh man.
See, look. See the guy, he's eating, it's all over the place. So you put a whole stick of butter in there, and then you put the top back on, and it's almost like you're dialing up a cheese grater, but the cheese or the butter's coming out.
Like pushing out a tube of toothpaste.
Yeah, or deodorant.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things. If you hate having frozen or hard butter in and you know what, they should patent this. You ready for not patent this, but show this around Thanksgiving time.
Yeah.
Because that would be an ideal opportunity for that.
Yeah. And then not only that, I mean, think about, doing your corn on the cob. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, they should make an attachment to where you can, have a brush or something on the top of that.
Ooh.
How do you think about that?
Ooh. Getting hungry.
Okay, so now we're at the end of the show. Well, not the end of the show. We're coming in the home stretch. You ready to do 10 minutes ticker time with, what are we calling this? Speed round. Speed round with Teacher Man. You ready?
Okay.
You want to talk about, and I'm going to, when you hear the bell, move on to something else.
When I hear the bell, move on to something else.
When you hear the bell,
hold on.
All right.
Hold on.
Put your glasses on. Not talking. You can go back over the whole show. How about that? Let's do that. You ready? Hold on, I gotta find my other bell. You ready? Set. Here we go.
Well, the most important thing to me right now is I'm looking forward to my trip to New York to see my mom.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to go. Southwest Airlines, save my seat. I'll be there in a minute. Boob. Okay.
Next topic. Look at your list.
Have I ever had a gay boss? Not till now. Oh gosh.
I know I'm putting you on a spot here.
Yeah, you're putting the heat to my ass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? If I could have been anything else besides a teacher, I would have been a fireman or a pilot. Best thing in your life is your family. I don't know, Bubba.
That's it?
Yeah.
I know.
I'm getting drained. I mean, I'm just looking so forward to my vacation.
Where are the top 5 places that you're going to eat while you're in New York?
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. The pizza joint down the block is called Parabono.
Uh-huh.
Of course, White Castle.
Mm-hmm.
We'll probably go to Amelia's, which is an Italian restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
No, change that. It'll be Michael Anthony's for Italian.
Okay.
We'll go to and we'll bring some. I have to go to Amelia's to get Grandma some minestrone.
Who's driving you around?
No, I'm driving. Nobody's driving me around.
What are you driving?
I'm driving a 1992 Honda Accord.
How many miles on it?
My mother's. It has less than 50,000 miles.
So we can use that for our used car lot. No?
No, she's not about to give that up because when I come up, she's got to have that car there because I get her ass out and she loves to get out.
Shows you're watching right now on television, Netflix, anything at all, new shows.
New shows. No new shows. I'm waiting for Seals to come back on. I'm waiting for I'm watching the end of Shades of Blue with J. Lopez. J-Lo. That show's going bye-bye. Sorry to hear. I'm not looking forward to my Scorpion anymore. I wish that was coming back, but it's not. I'm just disappointed with some of the shows. They better be coming out with some new shit.
So when you have breakfast when you're in New York, what are you going to have?
When I have breakfast in New York, it's going to depend on Mom. If I have it, in her place, I always have oatmeal.
The View, The Talk, The Real, or Oprah? What are you watching with Mama?
She'll watch The View. The View.
Is that the one with Whoopi when she was cussing at the one
Yes,
judge?
that's the one with Whoopi.
You should
ask.
ask.
You know what though? Maybe now it'll be a different show, being that maybe Whoopi pissed her off.
Don't forget, where are you going for, what's her favorite place to eat for pancakes? Don't forget.
Oh, we're going to the old IHOP, which is now back to IHOP.
And what are you going to tell her about it?
I'm going to tell her that, Mom, they heard you were pissed off about not having not having pancakes and substituting burgers, and they're doing a special on pancakes just for you.
What are you bringing back from New York to the fam?
I'm not bringing shit back. I'm bringing myself back, and that's it.
What are you taking up there with you?
I'm taking myself up, and that's it.
No, you got to bring the Deacon Live.
That's right. I'm gonna bring two things.
What?
I'm gonna bring the 1K stickers, and I'm gonna bring the Deacon radio stickers, Prophet radio stickers. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, the radio stickers are already in my suitcase.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, very good. Very good. All right, so let's see. How do I end this? Here we go. Where's that?
Check your Facebook.
Is it possible for you to shut the fuck up for 10 seconds?
I think I can.
So, what did we learn? We learned all that stuff today. You doing okay?
I'm doing just fine.
I wish you here at the station, everyone here at the station, we've got Bob, Teresa, Miranda, the one maintenance guy who comes up here and vacuums the floor now and then.
You just don't have any of those folks up here unless till I come back.
And we appreciate everything you do for us, and we hope you safe and pleasant travels, and we hope you get back safely.
Thank you, and I'm looking forward to getting back here with you guys, and I wish everybody the best, and I hope your summer's a little cooler than ours. It's hot as hell, ladies and gentlemen. Hot as hell.
On behalf of Teacher Man,
thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mr. Deacon, appreciate you.
My name is the Deacon saying goodnight and good night.
Put my fucking feet to the fire there.
Well, I thought you would have more, and I was like, you know what? I'll just help him out.
Well, I'm glad you did. Oh, okay.
So there you go. All right, guys. Wave to the cameras.
Hey.
Hey, see you later. All right.